Hello, friends. Welcome to Dungeons and Diabolos, episode 3. So it's been a little bit, but we're getting back to it. I'm going to dive in by asking a question I usually ask at the start of a game. Who here wants to summarize what happened last? Does anyone want to speak up, or am I going to pick a random person to tell me their version of events? AKA
we killed some chickens.
We did kill some chickens. That is true.
Don't pick me. I'm not drunk yet.
I only got there through like the second
Yeah, Kestis
half,
wasn't
I
here.
don't know. I can answer that correctly.
All right, I'll take a crack at it.
Alright.
Please tell us why.
I'll take a crack at it.
With the tail.
So we arrived in this village, which is the place where Deckard Cain is supposed to be, and we found the statue that had a bunch of empty sockets in it.
Mm-hmm.
And we went around the village and in various locations found the gemstones, which we found all of them, if I'm not mistaken, and then we put them in the statue. I forget what happened after that, and then we went to go rest in this house over here.
Our new base.
Yep. So you put the gemstones in the statue, and like the ritual, all the runes around the statue lit up, and then each time you put a rune, a gem into the statue, one of the undead died, permanently died, because otherwise they were just constantly getting back up when they were knocked down. But that is correct. Now, if I remember correctly as well, you all went to sleep. You know, it's been a long
rest.
Long session, long rest. Castus was off on a merry adventure with Malky, having a little look around and picking up bits and pieces, and did want to write the runes on the walls of the house as per the request of the Sisterhood, but was talked down from it, saying that everyone wanted to rest first.
I want to take a nap.
My question to you, Castus, is: did Malky take a nap as well? Did he meditate in his typical elf fashion eventually, or did he stay up the whole time?
He probably stayed the whole time. He wasn't really. He wasn't in need of a rest, I suppose. So.
Okay.
It
So
was more like keeping a vigil on the house that they needed to perform this ritual in, to make sure there was nothing out of place or out of the ordinary, or something hiding to cause something nefarious to happen.
all right. First, straight off the bat, do me a will save, please, Castus.
Will?
Yes.
You mean wisdom, or?
Yes, I do. I get games mixed up all the time. That's an eclipse phase.
8.
12.
12. Okay. So, fortunately for you, you are an elf, which means that you are immune to magical sleep powers. You do, however, feel these, I guess, like the threads within your mind being plucked on by some unseen agent or entity, and distant whispers sort of echoing around you. It doesn't seem to be coming from any place, and it doesn't seem to be particularly easy to make out what's being said. It's just sort of like incoherent sounds.
Some
Like
kind
a
of
cat?
nagging voice in the back of my head, but I can't make out what it's saying.
Hey.
After a bit of time, though, you do notice that it seems to be like this whispering sound is moving through the town, like it's its own entity almost. And you can pick out that it's moving past you southwards towards where everyone is resting. Are you going to do anything? Or what is your immediate reaction to this?
I suppose I'll try to follow the voice, try to, remain hidden and kind of see if I can see a source of the whisper, or at least follow the sound and see if it tries to make for the actual, where everyone else is staying, or if it's just moving through town.
Yeah, okay. I'll get you to do a quick perception roll as well. Alright, sweet. It's pretty easy to track the voices. It's also pretty easy to see that there's no physical entity making these voices appear, or the sort of psychic whispering appear. Whatever it is, the psychic whispers, you could discern that they are a spell of some sort, or something which is not present nearby. You can make out, though, that it is moving southwards through the town, and it is certainly heading towards where everyone else is sleeping. Not moving particularly quickly. You could walk faster than it's moving. But as you get closer to the location of this shifting psychic sound, you feel that it doesn't speed up. It doesn't seem to acknowledge you're there. It's just like its own force of nature, almost.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll try to outpace it to make it to the place before it.
Cool. All right. So you can just use the arrow keys. It's faster than clicking and dragging. Mostly because the walls are in the way. So while Cassis is moving, every single one of you, you're all sleeping, and you're all having the exact same dream. You're in a grey, cave-like chamber. It's incredibly dark. You can't make out much around you. It seems to be like the damp sounds of water trickling down the walls and a sort of musky, you know, that musky sort of fertilizer scent from like what's it called, hardware stores or plant stores and stuff like that. Sort of that.
Ah,
that
yeah,
scent.
yeah.
Like deep dirt, like deep earth. Deep
Yeah,
soil.
exactly.
Would I be
And-
having this dream? If elves
Yes.
are immune to?
You're immune to magical sleep, but you were having a long rest,
Okay.
so you're already
in,
resting.
Yeah, you're in like a meditative trance.
Okay.
Meditative trance.
As you are navigating your way through this dark cave, suddenly you see a spotlight beam down on a statue. A tall, thin, spindly, sort of grotesque-looking humanoid with long horns twisting and spiraling up towards where the light was coming from. And you see a second light, a third spotlight, fourth, and a fifth spotlight, all lighting up around you with these large stone-like figures. And slowly but surely, their heads all turn to you, looking very intently into your very being. And those same sort of whispers, those psychic whispers that our good friend Malky were hearing, you get to pick up on as well. Though they are louder and more sort of overwhelming, rising into this cacophony which is almost maddening to behold. You're not waking up right this second, but, Kestis, as Malky arrives, do you do anything? You can hear the whispers are just about, say, 10 feet behind you. You've outpaced them, but they're still moving at a steady speed. Do you try to wake anyone up? What do you try to do?
Yeah, I'm inside this house. How trashed is it? Are these tables here at the end?
Oh yeah, to barricade the door.
One of them was barricading the door. I don't remember which one.
So
The
I
front,
could, so I
up
probably
here door.
so I can't get in through this door. Is what you're saying, or?
Yeah, it has to be through the kitchen window.
The kitchen window's just smashed open, yeah.
I guess I'll climb down the kitchen.
Let's drag you in. Boy.
Well, hey, we're in the kitchen, right?
Yep.
Is that kettle an actual fixture in here?
Yeah, there's a kettle there.
Then yeah, Malky will pick up the kettle and just start dragging it across open surfaces.
Dong,
Like,
dong,
Yeah,
dong.
just bum, 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 just banging it like wake up!
Alright. So for everyone, as the whispering and voices rise up into this awful chorus, starting to become louder and more hateful, the sort of, I guess, the scene transitions from this dark cave to the torn apart shop that you were sleeping in, and the whispers turn into this sort of loud banging as a kettle is smashed across the kitchen table and Marquis yelling out, "Wake up! Wake the fuck up!"
So we're waking up?
Yep, you're all waking up,
Okay.
and
Uh,
at this
are
point,
you-
the
are
whisper
you-
from outside ceases as well.
So are you that heavy of a sleeper? You gonna sleep through someone just banging pots and kettles?
I wasn't sure
Hector
if it
gets
was
up
like
and he screams, "We're under attack!"
All right. Well, Vera was okay until she heard that, and she fucking leaps out of bed with her fucking axe ready to go.
And Hector sprints to the source of the sound. And he finds Malky banging pots and pans.
Oh, good, you're awake.
And he grabs him by the shoulders and starts shaking him. He says, "What is wrong with you, boy?"
Nothing. I needed you all awake, and now you're awake.
Artemis is not waking. He just rolled over on his side. Shut up.
I'm not sure what backwood country you hail from, but typically a light tap on the shoulder or a nudge of the knee is enough to awaken me.
I don't know you very well. I'm not going to nudge your knee. That sounds very unbecoming.
Mm.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did Hector sleep in full armor?
Yes.
I thought so.
Sitting upright in a armless chair.
I have a question as well.
Hands in lap, just completely like back straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, just swords laying across his lap.
Head slightly down. Just.
Yeah, I have a question as well. Pot, or the kettle rather. How close to Hector is it?
It was just in my hand.
Cool. Roughly.
So I imagine when he grabs me
anything
by my
that
shoulders, I just let my hands kind of like drop to my sides.
Okay. Cool. All right.
What is happening? Why am I awake now?
There was some sort of spectral whisper moving through town, and I imagined you would all been susceptible being asleep and whatnot. So I thought waking you all would have been the wise choice.
Melky has had a waking
Inconceivable.
dream.
I am not susceptible to such paltry magics. Now, let us move on.
Yes, but now we don't need to find out if you actually are because you're full of shit.
Wait,
He
He,
walked-
he just drops
he-
the kettle on the ground.
He had walked
Wait.
away. He didn't hear that.
wait. What did you say was the problem?
There was a malevolent whisper moving towards town, towards this building. I was
Was
in
it-
the north side of town.
Was it? And I'm just gonna pull on my sister's sleeve. Was it loud? Was it?
I do not know. I think he has had a waking dream. He's talking nonsense to me.
No, that sounds like the thing I was dreaming. It's scary.
Yes, you were dreaming it. I was dreaming it too. So he is also dreaming it.
You were dreaming
No.
it too?
I was awake.
Yes. We are sisters. We always dream the same thing, don't we?
I mean, sometimes, yeah, but that's very strange. He knows it too.
I suppose that is strange.
Hey,
And
where?
I was not sleeping. I was making sure there were no more undead around, and I was
Hey,
making sure
Shiny!
the house was.
Shiny, where'd you go? Shiny, did you have a weird dream?
No, I did not.
I just lean over. He answered to Shiny. Okay. Okay.
Is there water in the kettle?
Roll.
I'm gonna say there was, but you can decide if there is still water in the kettle.
I mean, I wasn't like flailing it, so there would be. I don't imagine it's hot at this point.
No, it's also quite stagnant and it's been there for some time.
Okay. I'm
It smells a little bit metally.
Yeah.
Well, old metal kettle.
I'll move over to
Oh, metal kid.
Basariel and Nadavari and be like, could I get through, please? It sounds like somebody isn't quite awake yet.
Oh no.
Okay. Can you just shake him now, I guess?
No. Let him do it.
Sorry, I just realized that the map wasn't showing up in the stream, so I had to fix that.
So yeah, Malchus will make his way over to his father, Artemis, and he'll lean down, be like, "Old man, are you awake?"
Artemis sits up, just looks at Malkeith.
What do you want? I was having a great dream about a cave. It's some monsters. What do you want?
Oh, another cave dream. Those haven't been going around at all. You just set the kettle down.
See, I told you. See, I told you. Nudge, nudge, nudge.
Throw the water on him anyway.
What? Is the kettle down next to Artemis?
He put it on the floor. He just kind of dropped it.
Okay. Artemis.
Once Artemis was awake, he was like, petty at this point, just drops the kettle.
Artemis swings out of the bench, rubbing his eyes, and just digs through his bag for that booze he got. Immediately just starts drinking.
All right, that's good to know. How much booze do you drink?
Yes.
How much I
Into the
got?
river. We've
How
got 10
much
liters.
is available?
I'll
You
drink.
gave him
I'll
10 liters.
I'll drink. I'll drink. I'll drink a liter. I'll drink one bottle. I'll kill a
liter?
bottle.
Why would you do this, May?
This is how I operate.
No,
Alright,
no,
so-
no, 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 no. Is it okay? So not in character. A liter. Are we talking like wine? Or are we talking like bourbon?
It's like
What?
bourbon,
Don't drink a
like
liter.
a spirit.
Don't do it.
I gotta pee. No, I'm just kidding.
There are people drinking liters of bourbon. It's fine.
I'll drink a half. How much is how much? Okay, as someone who doesn't drink bourbon, how much
I
is-
mean, you know, your wine bottle,
okay, yeah.
a little more than that, because that's 750 milliliters. A liter.
Okay, I
is
want this
1,000
much.
milliliters.
Like this much. So you help me, son, with your father. Like this much.
Let's say like 6 ounces.
Yeah, so that's probably like close to 600 milliliters, 700 milliliters.
I'll have
of
that.
drink.
I'll have a
Alright.
milliliter.
Well, either way, I've deducted 1 bottle from your inventory from drinking.
That's
it.
okay. I'll just drop it. He started drinking as much as he could and then just dropped it.
Cool.
There you go.
Boy, yipes.
Hector, as you're moving back towards your chair with no arms, tell me a little bit about what Hector's actually doing on his way back. He's just sort of marching straight there. Are you knocking things over? What's happening?
So he just marched down at the hallway, and then he actually approaches this barricaded front door and starts
Mhm.
to remove all of the clutter that was blocking it so that they can leave.
All right. So you notice something a bit odd. As you pick up the first piece of clutter to move it, when you let go of it with your hands, it doesn't like move away from your hands. It's just like forcefully attached to you.
He starts violently shaking his hands trying to get it off and banging it against the wall and the table.
So eventually, as you like hook it under a table or sort of get it wedged somewhere, you can like muster enough force to pull it off. It feels almost like it's magnetized to your hands. Obviously, it's wood, so it's not magnetized per se, but something a little sussy's going on, that's for sure.
So he's
And,
gonna look down at his hand and like flex his fingers to see if he can discern what's going on.
Give me an Arcana check.
Hearing all of that bumping around, Nabari is definitely gonna go over and look.
Horaciel is gonna follow her sister.
All right. So you're not sure of the specifics, but there is something of magical nature at work here. You've been bestowed with some sort of power for either good or evil. You can't tell which.
What are you doing?
I believe that I have ascended to godhood. And then he goes to punch the door.
Oh. Well, there is no door there, so once you move the table, it's just.
Well, he punches the last thing that's in the way then to try to just break it.
Yeah, as you punch it over and like splinters out and bits go everywhere, some of the stray bits sort of get stuck to the front of your knuckles and just hang out there. But other than that, good job. Door
Okay,
is
so, so I punched through an entire brick wall yesterday. Does that make me an even better god?
I mean, obviously.
No,
Thank you, sister.
you cannot be a deity. You are of an unholy species.
Okay.
What if she's a god for her species?
There is no such thing. We call those demons.
Congratulations, you're an evil god.
Demon.
You said that they're the gods of evil, correct? So that would make her an evil god.
Incorrect.
I don't
Artemis.
appreciate this conversation. I just want you to know. Why do you say
Artemis.
you're a god now, though?
Look. And he holds out his hand that's covered in
Look,
splinters.
I'm sticky. Clearly, I'm benevolent.
He holds out his hand and he says, "The things of this world gravitate now around me.
Alright. So Horaciel
I am the
leans in.
epicenter."
This doesn't mean anything. This means that you haven't washed your hands.
Watch. And he holds out his hand to like a large piece of debris to see if it'll like be pulled to his hand.
So it doesn't seem to move, like it doesn't like jitter around or anything, but if you even like brush your fingers against it, they become attached.
So that's the next step. When it doesn't get sucked to his hand, he just like taps one finger to like a large board, and then like holds it up to show everyone.
Is it still heavy? Like, is it heavy when he tries to lift it up by one finger?
It is, but he's a strong boy.
Okay.
Behold!
You should join a circus.
I guess that's cool. She kind of looks around and goes to pick up something just to sort of check off the boxes and see if it's just this crazy guy.
Unfortunately, you do not stick to it, so it seems like it is unique to Hector.
Well, then I stick it to him.
Okay, I do have a question. So is the requirement to become a god that things stick to you? Is this how we measure godhood?
Think of a god. What is it that makes them divine? It is their followers. It is the world which revolves around them. Because these objects have seen me as the center, I am now my own deity.
Didn't he
Okay,
get mad when I
so-
called him an angel before?
Because I am no angel, I am an Aasimar.
I thought you were a god.
Of an Aasimar origin, yes. The gods are of many races,
How can
just not
inanimate
yours.
how can inanimate objects praise you though? Because it's a table, it's splinters.
It was
It's-
once living.
I'm gonna-
Splinters come from trees.
Yes,
I
but
thought
it's
you would know this, being an elf.
dead though. So are you a corpse god then? Because the dead thing is attracted to you.
Okay, you know, I don't want to have this argument with him. He is the god of tables, and let's leave it at that.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen and get like stuff that I like, some forks, some cups and stuff, and come back and just like see if they stick.
They most certainly will.
Yes.
Okay, I take that back. He is not the god of tables. He is the god of, you know, a set dining.
Can
That
can
is-
Artemis step up and shove Veracial into the new god, Hector?
Yeah, you tell me. You do-
Can
you
I?
do that?
Do you want me to roll
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a
questions-
opposed strength
yeah.
roll.
a strength roll? Okay. How to heal with this new system? See, guys.
You can just do it the old way with like clicking on your character sheet and clicking strength.
I don't remember.
Or if you mouse over checks, you can click strength.
Oh,
Did it roll?
Yours
No.
didn't, yeah.
Oh, oops. Hello.
I can roll
Hey.
it for you if you like. There you go.
Oh.
All right, so
So
Artemis shoves Vera, and Vera doesn't even budge.
that's that. And he goes, come on, I want to see you stick to him. Come on. He's really
Okay.
excited.
Okay, we will see. And then she picks him up and like
Oh,
just applies him, just like presses him to Hector.
he doesn't even move.
Hector holds out his hand. One not covered in knives and forks. The one covered in spoons, I guess.
Yes.
no,
Citizen
she's been
splitters.
sticking like the cups and stuff to his chest.
Okay. So he holds out one hand to make sure that the old, drunk, smelly man cannot actually get too close to him.
So it seems like that the hand is sort of attached at this point to Artemis's clothing or his like armor, whatever it's basically made contact with is
His
what it's
rags, yeah.
stuck to.
Don't you mean that nice coat you stole from that guy?
Oh yeah, my nice
Yes.
patches.
Dude.
Oh, if I move away, will a patch get ripped off?
No, unless you wanted to.
One of
How
you,
did
get
you
this
know?
disgusting
Hector.
creature off of me.
Artemis goes, alright, and steps away, and when he does, a patch sticks to Hector's hand.
Cool.
Okay.
So the patch comes off, but since the patch doesn't hit the ground, the patch doesn't activate. Hector, you now have a mysterious patch attached to your hand.
All right.
Is-
And now, is it possible, like, if he were to try to, like, pick all of these things off of him and get them off, could he, like, rub them off on the table or something to get him, or are they just like super stuck to him?
They're not super stuck. You'll have to spend a bit of time rubbing them against other objects, because of course if you use like your other hand, it'll just stick to that
Yeah.
hand instead. It's not like preventing you from getting them off, it's just going to be a bit of work.
Are they sticking to him or his armor?
Assume his
Well,
armor, because you can't see.
yeah, there is no visible part of him that isn't his armor.
Is his face showing?
No, he has like a
in
bar
his
bit.
portrait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then,
So he's
I
sitting
do
there just like
think-
trying to get everything off of him.
do you think
Blocking
it's
the
just
doorway.
sticking to your armor? Maybe it's sticking to you? What do you think?
What?
Like a magnet? A magical magnet?
What is a magnet?
Magnets, how did they work?
It's one of those lodestone things. Loden stone, you know? It metal sticks to it.
Maybe he's cursed.
Take your glove off or something really quick.
Inconceivable. I will not disarm myself.
It's a
Now let
glove.
us move on. He walks out. Oh, I can't.
Hold on.
Open the door.
I'll help you take the stuff off of you if you try my experiment.
What was your experiment again?
Just take your glove off and see if it sticks to you or your glove.
He considers this for a moment. He looks down at his hand, which is now free of splinters and spoons. He sort of flexes his fingers a little bit,
Is there still a patch on that
thinking
hand?
back, and he sort of is reminiscent and thinks to himself, when's the last time I've actually seen my hand?
Oh, he's stinky.
Oh,
he's
he's got a
stinky.
stink. That he's just
Oh,
sticky,
no.
man. It's
Ugh.
not-
And then, unfortunately, eventually, he denies Netvari's request.
Hold on, can we do a roll off? Unless
To
you just
take
really
off?
want
You know what? Sure. Like a
Alright.
persuasion roll off.
Yeah.
Ooh, you might get it.
Oh.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So he says, very well. And then standing with his back to the door, he looks down. He starts to undo. Let's say there's probably 6 to 8 clasps that he has to undo to get this gauntlet off. And it's not a glove. You know, there's a little bit of like a hinge, like a metal joint that allows him to move his wrist. But the piece of armor that he removes is actually, it goes from, you know, the tips of his fingers all the way to his elbow. So it's like this large gauntlet that he pulls off. And then under it is a leather glove.
Oh my god.
And he holds it up, flexes his fingers. He says, all right. Now what?
I mean, I guess you could take the glove off.
Then he looks at this glove. And he says, I don't think I will.
Okay, and she just
But
has
then-
another fork on hand and goes to stick it to his leather glove.
Yeah, he is willing to at least meet her halfway with that. And he holds out his hand to see if it will stick to the leather glove.
Had a
And
fork
it
on my
does
desk.
indeed stick to the glove.
I think it's you. I think it's him. It's not his armor. Oh my gosh.
Okay, maybe it. You know, let's do one final thing. Look, take off your helmet. Okay, that is easy. Helmet on, off. Just take it off very quickly. I want to see something.
While the science experiment is going, Malkis literally just walks back into the kitchen and hops back out the window.
Alright.
I can't go through the window, so I'm just going through the front door.
Upon being asked to remove his helm, Hector immediately puts his gauntlet back on after scraping the fork off of his leather glove. And he says, absolutely not. And then he walks out.
Artemis looks between the two ladies and he goes,
I'll help you guys get it off.
huh?
I mean,
You
I
know,
don't care
I'll-
that much. If he doesn't want to know, he doesn't want to know. But it was just I was
Look.
curious.
you two hold him, and I'll take the helmet off.
I am going to note that he is pretty dangerous. He is almost as dangerous as I am.
Well, worse comes to worse, we're all stuck to him, so you know.
Did you get stuck to him, or was it just like your shirt?
Yeah, well, you know.
And he just stumbles off. he
should
doesn't want to
We
answer
should
that.
see if one of those chickens gets stuck to him.
Oh no, the dead chickens.
Dead chickens.
Okay. No, we should look. We are awake. We have been sent here to do some kind of job. Maybe we should do the job.
Yeah, we could do the job now. Wherever you are, you grumpy guy who wanted to go while we were trying to sleep, we can do your job now. Let's go.
He
Speaking
already,
of-
you guys were doing science. He's already back at the house. Like when you were all standing in the doorway, he just was like, hopped out the window and just walked back through town.
Yep,
still
speaking
drunk?
of the grumpy guy,
Well, okay.
Wait, so is that okay? So he's at the other side of town.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
While we
have
were
an
testing the
idea.
Forks. He was like, well, we gotta go here anyway. I'm just gonna get out of the rain.
I half want to shoot Hector with my crossbow, just to see if it'll stick to him. But I don't
So I
think I
guess when
should.
Well, this is your chance when he's walking down this straight path right here.
Making his way
Oh.
downtown.
I don't know. I'm half tempted
Well,
to.
I mean, everything else sticks to him, so we can assume through the scientific method that a crossbow bolt is mostly made out
But
of
could
wood.
he stop it? If I shoot it and it just like boink, it like freezes, fully stuck, before it even hits them.
I'm going to recommend against trying because that sounds like it's going to be a good way to just start killing each other. So maybe not.
I mean, you know who will come out on top?
I do.
Me. No, all right. I won't murder Hector just yet.
That's the spirit.
If
Guesses.
only because I don't want my son to see that.
Sun is gone.
Where did my son go?
Over to this other
To
house.
old Deckard Kane's house.
It's like, is everyone just moving over to the house?
Yeah.
Ro,
Yes.
you coming
What the
as
hell
well?
was this?
Why can't I move?
A big thing that we never
Yeah,
saw.
something we didn't have to
Yeah.
fight because we put all the crystals in.
So as you move up, you see like the mangled corpses of a number of undead beasts that are just like have fallen apart on the ground between the houses.
So Hector, as he passes by this, mutters something under his breath, and he walks up and he just starts burning this giant corpse with radiant flame. He's not taking any chances with this one in particular.
Fair enough. It's just a light source. Hello.
Artemis, on the other hand, whatever house this is, just kicks the door open, crossbows in hand, and tries to loot. I can't see inside the house, so I don't know if there's loot here.
There's not. These are just like ruined townhouses basically on the inside.
Oh, okay, then never mind. He's just kind of bumbling around. This house isn't ruined, though, I'm assuming.
No, the one to the south isn't, but Castus has already... Well, Melky rather has already looted through it. He looted through it last night, or before the rest happened.
He
Where's he
took
coming
all
in?
the stuff. He
This
took all
Yeah.
the
is
stuff.
this is most certainly where you went to go. We were instructed to get the ink and write on the walls the cool runes that you were told about.
Malkis is just sitting on one of the an intact table waiting for everybody, just out of the rain, just like
You know, if you walk away from everybody, we won't know where you go.
Yeah, listen to your mother. I mean, the lady.
And he just
But
bursts.
I know you're all very smart and you would make it here eventually, so I just didn't want to stand around in the rain or stick things to the tall guy.
It was a little bit funny, don't you think?
The tall guy is standing outside the house, sort of keeping watch.
So,
Does the rain make the splinters fall off?
But I'm going to say the rain like sticks to his armor as well, and it makes like this little film of water, which is sort of like, you know how you see like the aerogel, and like someone goes underwater and like makes a pocket of air.
Yeah.
It's like that, but the inverse is like a pocket of water that's sort of forming on the outside of his armor.
roll to drown while standing out in the open.
This significantly distracts him. And he just like looks down and he's just sort of trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Artemis looks at his son and goes, "You need to learn to have fun, son. All right, this is no one likes a grumpy Gus."
I have fun when I'm not working, and right now I'm working.
Son, no, we're not working. What are we actually doing, son? Come on.
We are literally doing a job to get paid. That's what we're doing.
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Like when I get home, I will have loads of fun. But I don't need to worry about getting stabbed by random people when I'm at home.
I think that's part of the fun, son.
So anyway,
I'm glad I get Mother's sense of fun and not yours.
Ugh, she liked fun too, son. All right, you don't know your mother like I know your mother.
And he just kind of steps outside to stare at Hector now, drowning.
Yeah, the water's not like pooling up in any stretch, and once it sort of reaches a certain depth of just a couple of millimeters, it just rolls off like it would be normally. It's just a very, very thin film, and it's not like impacting your breathing or anything.
When we left the place, we got a diagram of what the runes were supposed to look like, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Okay. It's kind of
So yeah,
go through my
it should
pockets.
be a pretty straightforward. Yeah.
Find the ink. But do you want to help me with this?
Vera's just been walking around, but when she hears her sister yell, she comes at a jog. She's not like sprint. But yeah, she comes up.
Give a pen? Did they give me a pen or a brush?
They have you a brush, yeah.
Okay.
You have all the tools required to place the ink on the wall.
What do hold this?
Okay, what are we doing? We are doing the runes. Okay.
How many runes are there? And like, is there some like configuration they ought to be in?
It seems like a series of like rune words, basically. It just instructs you to lay them out in a particular fashion across the walls. They repeat on each wall of the house, and it's about 6 to 8 runes per wall.
Do
Yeah,
I know
it's
what
all
they
pretty-
say?
Roll? What languages do you speak? Let's check.
I don't remember.
Let's have a look at our character sheet.
Demon.
I mean, yes, probably. Where?
I think it was Infernal.
I speak Common, Infernal, and Abyssal.
What's that under?
It's under Attributes. So it'll be under your biography.
Alright, languages.
I'm sorry, biography and attributes are different. There it is, sorry.
Oh, sorry,
Draconic,
yeah, it's
Common,
under Attributes.
Infernal, Abyssal, and Giant.
Which one?
Cool.
Draconic, yeah.
So you can't understand what the runes say.
Okay.
But Hector can.
Oh.
Because Hector speaks Celestial, and these are Celestial runes.
Cool.
For Hector's sake, it seems like that it's a pretty simple phrase. It's basically just commanding the gateway that exists to move someplace else and to like embrace a particular, I guess, magical message, for no better choice of words. It's like a magical post service relocation thing. You know how you go to a post office and you're like, I moved house. This is what I am going to have my new address to. It's like that.
Address
but for
forwarding.
portals.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
He's outside still looking at his water hands.
Oh, it's Artemis just staring at Waterman.
All right. Well, she'll start the process of putting those runes around.
Cool.
Do I need
So
to...
where is it like inside that she's doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Assuming that that's what the instructions say to do.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
So do that.
Smudge it, fix it.
So you do that. It's nothing particularly exciting happens. When the final rune is inscribed in place, you can both hear and feel a sort of magical thrum, like vibrating inside the hollow pockets within your body and like the back of your teeth and all those sorts of things. And the
All of
room,
us?
yeah, and the runes on the walls light up with a dull blue light before they sort of burn away and fade into nothing. And you feel a sense of calm descend over the room.
Is that it?
And as he would feel, I guess, this sort of shift in whatever you want to call it, he feels this shift, and then Hector steps in, and he glances around at the runes. He's like, where is it that you expect to go?
Oh, I don't know. This is just what they asked for us to do. It has to do with that guy, Decker Kane. I think they want to be able to go into his sanctuary, and this has something to do with that. They told us not to go in, though.
And so, would he be able to then, or do you want me to do some sort of check to learn more than just that base understanding of what these runes mean?
Sure, do a history check.
Hey.
Oh.
It's, I just did a little
Minus
fucking-
one.
Alright, cool, yeah, so you've seen this exact scripture before, in fact. Many, many, many years ago. If you don't mind me sort of, I guess, putting in some history for
please
your
do.
character. Cool, so you have hundreds of years of memories that are all scattered and broken up into sort of pieces. Some might be yours, some might not be, but you recognize this from memories that you hold within yourself as a tool used to sort of like leapfrog forces of light from one place to another. There might be existing portal networks that exist around the continent. This could tap into one and create a new exit or a new entry, or glue two portal networks together and sort of make sure they communicate with each other.
So it's a portal.
It's less so this is a portal, more so you have just plugged the entry of a portal and changed where its entry point to somewhere else.
Okay.
You're a magical plumber. You've attached a pipe
It's
to
like
it.
the lever that switches the train tracks over.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And so obviously he wouldn't know exactly where it leads to.
You do remember that earlier the rogue priestess was telling you that she wanted you to change the location of the portal's entry to somewhere closer to them. So, lining up with that, it seems like that you have used angelic magic, or heaven magic, or heavenly magic I should say, to shift this portal's exit point back to the rogue campment.
I see. Do you believe the woman's intention was to have us clear this village so that the camp might then re-inhabit this damned town?
I don't think so. I think they just want to get at the stuff the magic guy had before.
Perhaps we should search this office before they get here.
Oh?
I do not trust those back at the camp.
Yeah,
For
but you do
how
not
can you
trust
call
anyone.
yourself just if you would send others to do your bidding?
Isn't that like your job, They're weak, they need your help, Mr. Strong Guy.
As I told you earlier, I have become a deity.
But why were you here before you were a deity? Why were you here? Like, you became a deity on this quest. You didn't start out as a deity. So,
To
what sent
purge
you
the
here?
land of demons and undead filth.
Who sent you to do that?
It was my own quest.
I don't believe that.
So, son, just let him, if he's gonna kill the ladies, he just it's not our fight.
Excuse me, he's not doing that.
I see what you are getting at, little elf. You believe that I was commanded by my god Raziel to scourge these lands. But that is not the case. Though I did what I did and what I do in his name, it was not his command which compels me, but the inspiration of his divine existence.
I don't wish to talk in circles anymore. Can we just go?
I will search the house then, if you wish to leave.
Yeah, no, please, search the house. It would be good. And like, as Hector like walks out, starts searching, she's gonna just like look at everyone and be like, "I like him more now that he is a god
Why?
Oh.
because he's fun now."
Artemis nods with that sentiment.
I agree.
You know, now we have some entertainment while we are traveling. You know.
I suppose that's not true. Not untrue.
I suppose that's not true.
No, she agrees with me. Okay.
Oh, that was out of character.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
No, I just
Hector, can you roll me
misspoke.
Hector, can you roll me a D100, please?
Absolutely.
What was your god's name again?
Raziel.
33.
My goodness. .3333.
Okay. So you can tell this place has been searched multiple times. Most recently, it has been searched very, very recently. There is very clearly stuff that's been moved. There is dust marks. There are not dust marks. There are marks on the dust to show that things have been picked up, moved around, and swiped. There's not much of interest really left. You do spot two things that stand out, though. One is a book. It seems to be a second edition of a particular book. It is titled Memoirs of the Sin War.
He opens it and accidentally rips the cover off with his magnet hands.
Alright,
And then he
sweet.
goes to flip a page and the water that was stuck to his hand sort of sogs through the ink.
Perfect.
And
So,
as he goes to wipe his hands off, he gets the water off with, I guess whatever bedding is left on the bed. And then, takes an inordinate amount of time to then peel, like, the wet cloth off of his hands. And then sets the book down on the little end table here and tries to very carefully look through it after he had completely destroyed the first several pages.
because you're just looking through the book, are you?
Yes.
Alright. So it seems to document. It's from the perspective of some individual from a war over 1,000 years ago. And it's documenting a struggle between two members of one of the most powerful clans of mages ever to walk the world, the Vigirai. A tale of two brothers who believed that they could harness demonic magic in order to change the world for the better, which naturally did not go particularly well. I can give you a more sort of in-detailed run-through later for the theme of the idea of saving time.
No
But
need.
there's-
He
Alright.
chuckles to himself and closes the book. Ha ha ha! A classic tale of the folly of men. And then he walks out.
Brilliant.
He takes the book with him though. Puts it in
Cool,
his
okay.
bag.
You spot one other thing though on your way back out.
Okay.
You spot a little wooden carving of a sparrow. It seems to be intricately carved, and it has little bits of like silver and rusted iron inlaid into the wood. It's only about half the size of your hand. It's probably even smaller than that given the size and the armor.
Is there anything particularly holy or religious about this sparrow?
Not religious or holy, no.
He pays it no mind because he is not a pilfering thief.
All right, brilliant.
And he walks back
Can
out.
He
Take
says
it.
after stealing a book.
Can I take it as a
No,
pilfering?
you have to. We're gonna fight over it.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna have to walk in that back room then. And
wanna
so
walk
Hector walks out, right?
Mhm.
And he
Mhm.
says, the place appears to have been looted by thieves already. I found nothing of worth.
Artemis just kind of squints at him.
What did you
He
find that
goes,
was worthless?
Yeah.
You are asking me what I found that was worthless. Well, there are several rotted shelves of inferior make. There was a bed, which I would not recommend sleeping in, nor would I take the bedding for camp. There was an end table with a carving of a bird of some sort,
Artemis kind of.
and there was a book.
So Artemis kind of starts making his way.
As he goes by, like she kind of grabs his arm or whatever, like.
And now they're just staring. He's like, what? What?
Meanwhile, while
Hector
they're
just sort of
fighting,
moves out of the way.
Graciel is just like looking like at Hector with like her chin in her hand and just like, see what they mean? He's such a good god. Listen to this scripture he is speaking.
Artemis just chuckles and
So they're-
keeps trying to make it to that sparrow, the
They're
bird.
basically doing like the whole like no me, pushing
Yeah,
each
they're
other
like-
out of the way thing, trying to get
Yeah.
to into this room.
Do you want to roll off to see who
Yeah.
gets the sparrow? Okay.
Yeah.
What do we roll for that? What do you want to roll? Dexterity?
You just can
So
decide.
he seems the quickest to grab it.
Well, how are you gonna try and get to it? Are you just gonna try and like be sneaky?
Well, if they're like pulling each other, I figured the first one would just grabs it, gets it.
Because like if it seems like he's, maybe stronger and or getting away from her, should be maybe no, don't leave me, I'm behind, I want to see, don't go, no, just try to like.
Oh, he would not pay that no mind.
Okay.
He just wants that bird.
All right, then. I guess we can do a dex off.
Okay, Dex
I'm-
off. Dex
I'm
off.
not going to win. You are.
Well, you don't
You
know. My
never
rolls have been
know.
absolutely horrible.
Natural one.
A 0.6.
Natural one.
See, that's not that
What
good.
is it? A dex check?
Yeah. Oh, see? You got it. So
I don't know
he
how that
tries to
happened.
reach for it, but he's so drunk and clumsy that he trips and swipes it, and it just falls right into her hand.
Oh, thank you, bye, and runs out.
Oh no. And Artemis is just a sad drunk man on the floor. He wanted that bird.
So I don't have any idea if this thing is actually worth anything, but
You feel as you pick it up, how do you hold it? You just like, explain how you, this is actually quite important. How are you holding the bird?
well, she was like, they were both kind of like awkwardly reaching
Reaching.
around each other, and he swiped it and knocked it off the table, so she sort of caught it, like both hands probably.
Cool. After a few moments, you feel the wood sort of like shift and start fluttering, and you have a little wooden golem bird that like its wings extend out. It like looks up at you, twists its head around a little bit, blinks.
Look.
Artemis
goes
just
to,
looks at her and he goes, I will give you my coat for that bird.
No.
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 No. No.
No.
How many patches?
No. And she just like goes right out of the room. Vera, look, I found a bird.
Oh, that's a very cute bird. I like that. What does it do anything, or is it just pretty?
The wooden bird then opens its beak and goes 5,
Five
Oh,
what?
okay.
and then
What?
it closes its eyes again and it sort of like wraps its wings, like hops around your hand a little bit, closes its wings and like goes to sleep, and becomes wooden again, or inanimate again.
5 what? Hello, 5 what? Hello?
Can Artemis reach over to poke it in the side? Can he poke it?
I mean, you
There
can try.
are 5 of us here gathered. Perhaps
it-
it was merely counting.
Is it counting bird?
Good thing I didn't. He just kind of looks over with just shit-eating grin. Good thing I didn't trade my coat for that. And he's just laughing.
It's very cute though.
Then he just kind of walks around her and just goes to. I guess we're not leaving, so he's just like, hey, well, enjoy your counting, bird.
All right. While creepy Twinkle Twinkle Little Star plays in the background.
Right? I was like, this music.
Yeah, I was like, Well, mission accomplished. The room's been painted. You've gotten your treasures. Where are you off to now? You were told
Question.
Sure.
Did that patch? What happened with the patch that Hector took off?
It's stuck
Still in his hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
so okay,
Yeah, I'm accounting for that.
okay.
So,
bird. Weird wood golem counting bird.
So, to refresh memories, you were told of 2 other locations of interest, which have, need your help. But you've also completed your objective here, so you could very well go back to the rogue encampment and seek an update. Or you could do something else. The choice is for the party to make.
What were the other 2 locations we were told about? It's been a little while.
Yep, sure. So, the first one was a small, hamlet called Stony Downs. It has been... The reports have been that it has been under attack by sort of demonic raiders for the past couple of weeks, but the rogue has not been able to dedicate enough of their sisters to actually support them. This town has been supportive of the rogues for a very long time, so they think that if you could go and help them with their demon problem, then you could potentially get assistance from them in the form of labourers, builders, craftsmen, that sort of thing. The other one is that the blacksmith Charcy mentioned that she has a contact who is a noble at a nearby manor. The noble is close enough to the rogue's monastery and is, once again, sympathetic towards the rogue's cause, that she will almost certainly have information as to what's been happening there. And she would like you to mention her name, go to the manor, and check in with said noble to learn a bit more about what's been happening at the monastery.
Alright, well, in that case, Raciel is going to look at the gang and be like, okay, so I think we are done in this town? Are we done?
Artemis holds up a finger and is like, well, can we... I have an idea, if you would indulge me.
I really would not normally know.
Well, it's a good one, so,
Okay, what is the idea?
I think that we should use that place we were sleeping at as our place
What for?
to keep our stuff.
And he kind of looks
All
at
of
his
my
sign.
belongings travel with me.
Yeah, I do not have anything that I cannot bring with me. That is stupid. I mean, what am I going to do? Am I going to put a spare sword in there, maybe?
And Artemis nods and
And goes, well, think about it this way. If we get a lot of things, then we could put them there and sell them back to the other people at the camp.
If we are going to sell them, then why don't we just bring them to the camp to sell? I don't understand.
Well, it'll get heavy. Also, I might not be able to go back to the camp.
Well, that is
So-
a you problem.
If we are not returning to camp, then let us move on.
Artemis just frowns and is like, oh, well, I tried.
Well, we will return to camp eventually. I mean, I think that while we are out and about, we should do some of those other things. That town. They said that there was that town that was under attack. I think we should go kill some demons. I know you are going to be with me on this, Hector.
Indeed.
Over in the corner of the room behind, not very, little fire sputters up suddenly. Just a little fire.
Tiny little fire.
Just a little thing.
Okay, so good. All right, so I said we go kill the demons. Hector says we go kill the demon. Maltese,
Indeed.
do you want to go kill the demons?
That's why we're here, right?
Right. See, yes, that's 3. So now I know my sister is going to be on my side, and the old man's opinion doesn't count. So let's go kill some demons.
Then let us be off. He walks out. And he realizes as he steps out into the rain, he has no idea where the fuck he's going. Which way to this, what was it called? Stony Hall?
Stony Downs, I think.
Indeed. So then it is south.
Did we get it? Did we get directions, Anton?
You did. Like, you've got a basic map showing where to go.
Okay.
Just leave it vague and arbitrary. So south is fine, yes.
Yeah, we're going, south. I think, general sort of direction.
Then let us be off. We'll waste no more time here.
Okay, good. I
And
don't
he
like
walks
the-
away.
This is a roll for pathfinding.
Oh!
Ooh.
And you get to use that
all
one.
right. Perfect. So,
Yeah, without
It's
like
just-
anybody say anything, Malky's kind of like moves to the front and like starts leading.
all right. So I'll just load this one real quick. Bring us back here.
Right.
The skull.
Did we bring that wagon with us, by the way? Like, did we end up bringing that wagon?
I don't think so because there's no horses.
No.
No.
I'll pull patches
Right, yeah.
until we get a horse.
Oh my god.
Maybe
Didn't,
the one I stuck to Hector will be a horse.
I was gonna say, didn't Hector burn down the wagon? With
That's
the lady
right,
inside
yeah.
of it? Yeah.
No,
He
no, we let
tried.
the lady go.
Yeah, you tried to burn
Okay.
it down, and I subtly put the spell out.
That's right.
Alright, so Castus, your pathfinding skills are incredibly useful. You managed to lead the party safely out of Tristram and start
I'm
heading
a
south.
ranger.
You... Hang on, just bring my appropriate things up.
If I can't range, then what fucking good am I?
Guys,
Indeed,
that guy has
indeed.
a ruby, like that one we got and put in the statue.
As you're roaming south, you even managed to find some food on the way to forage for, forage for sustenance and all that. You don't have to spend any rations. Everyone can just eat on the way and feel nice and refreshed. You managed to avoid the worst of the roads that are known to have bandits and other sorts of things on the road. And pretty quickly, you make your way to Stony Down. Let me just...
Hey, even though you're kind of grumpy sometimes, you're pretty good at this traveling stuff, huh?
Thank you.
Not you.
Thank you. Yes, it's what I do. I travel for the kingdom, and I've become quite adept at making my way through the woods.
Those were some pretty good mushrooms you found, although my toes are a little tingly, so I'm not sure what kind they were.
They're the tasty kind that have a little bit of bonus effect.
I'm here for it.
So as sun rises and its warmth can be felt on your back, eventually you find your way back on paved and cobbled roads. Before long, you arrive at Stony Downs, a poor and decrepit town, but it is a town that is standing and has people. That is a novelty at this point.
It looks like it smells
tired.
wet.
It most certainly does smell wet. A pair of tired-looking guards are leaning on their shields with their
I
spears.
shoot them. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. The spears limply hanging next to them. But as you approach, they sort of straighten up and go, Oi! Oi! Who goes there? One of them picks up his spear and sort of points it kind of threatening in your direction, but he knocks his shield over in the process. The other one just sort of sighs slowly.
Oh,
Hector
look.
bellows, "By my divine providence, make way!"
The guard looks up and squints Are you? Oh, you're one of them Zaccharoon people, are you? Oh, why didn't you just say so? You didn't have to be so loud about it. Come on in. And goes to the ambles towards the gate, like pushes it open. If this town was ever attacked properly, this gate would not last very long. You can tell that. It looks rotten, it looks damaged. It looks like this place has seen better days. But they let you in.
That's all that matters.
So let me just get.
I could tell you were really good with the spear.
So as you sort of make your way in, you notice from the windows of the towns of the buildings around you, people like poking their heads out and looking down. It seems like you're drawing quite a scene just from even being here. The town itself, again, on the inside does not look much better than the outside. There are some farms sort of roaming around or hanging around in the outskirts.
Some farms roaming around.
Is there a map for this?
No,
Okay.
not for this part anyway.
Okay. I was just like, I only see a picture.
That's all we need for the time being.
Okay.
Use your imagination.
Okay. I didn't know if I wasn't loaded properly.
Fair enough.
So the guards walking alongside you as you go into town. It's like, so you bringing tidings from Zakaroom then, are you? From the church? Are they finally sending some people to give us a bit of support? Are they?
Where is that room?
And the guard looks over you and it's out a gasp. Like, oh, use, and then sort of squints and leans forward. Like, you look like one of them horn boys. You do. I mean, you're not a boy, so pardon me for me language. So I'm just not used to seeing, people from outside of town. Pardon.
I'm not used to everyone being so horny around me.
Artemis
Artemis
speaks up and corrects him, and he says, "The correct term is lesser demon, my good man."
Artemis's eyes go wide, and he places a hand on the guard's shoulder, it was a guard, right?
Yep.
Stop what you're doing right
Trust.
now.
Trust. Okay, and he goes, Fred, this man, and he motions to Hector, this man has brought this woman into the light of Zakaroom. And he just kind of points to her, and he goes, look at the divine being now. He called her angelic.
Nods.
He just kind of smirks at.
Yeah, it's mouth half open, nodding, oh, I see. It's like one of them, redemption stories you hear about in the old tales, yeah. So you did some nasty stuff, and now you're like, what's the word? You're redeeming yourself. That's it, yeah.
And Artemis just nods his head. Exactly. And to keep her redeemed, she requires lots of alcohol. And then he looks at the guard, and he's like, would you know where to get some?
Actually, no, you don't need to roll anything. The guy looks at Netvari, looks at Hector, looks at Netvari, and at Hector. Then walks up to Netvari and is like, well, if you really need to get some of the alcohol, we got a brewery, got a little couple of places you could buy some brews at.
Okay. He shakes his head and goes, no. It needs to be a gift, because then she will be divine.
Father, I don't think she needs any more booze. She still has 8 liters.
And Artemis just kind of glares at his son.
Malchus's head literally goes from one side like creepy anime girl still has 8 liters.
He just kind of stares at his son
stares right back. He's just like,
yeah.
it's like, you're a problem, father.
And
you have a problem. You are a problem.
Can I attempt, since I'm palling around with this guy, can I attempt to pickpocket him?
Sure, you can attempt to pickpocket him. Roll
What do
sleight
you
of
want
hand.
Which one? Sleight of hand?
Yep.
Okay.
Why are you doing this?
Oh!
Cool. So you, as he's distracted talking to Netvari, you deftly pull a keychain out from one of his pouches. It's got 3 keys on it. They're all looking quite old and withered, but they're your keys now, so take note of that.
Okay. He tucks them away and looks back at the guard, and it goes,
Look, she's quite. I gotta get him back. She's quite tired. Why don't we talk later?
and he nods and tries to, he lets go of the man and tries to,
Yeah.
like, push
Yeah.
everyone along.
Oh, right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Oh, we'll talk later about it.
Artemis nods his head.
You probably want to meet the bishop, won't you? Let's go see the
I
navigating
make
his way through town.
Can I make a perception check to see if I notice him stealing this?
Sure. roll higher than the sleight of hand.
Oof.
Good luck, son. Your father's been doing this since 1895.
Oh, so close.
Nearly. So you don't quite see it.
So I do not see that happen, but I am going to give. What is your freaking character's name? Old man, scruffity gruff.
Artemis.
Artemis. Your name does not fit with your character. I'm gonna give him a hot foot.
No. A what?
I'm lighting your foot on fire.
Oh
You
my god.
wouldn't.
I just did it.
I don't know what to do.
Your foot catches.
I guess
Stop,
his,
drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and
his
roll.
foot catches on fire, and he starts flailing around and like what there's fire. He's just running
It's-
around now.
It must be the evil trying to escape him.
Doing this causes a lot of commotion, actually. The townsfolk that are like just sort of cautiously watching you now will stop what they're doing and are very much glued on the situation. Some of them sort of back away and make themselves scarce to get away from it all.
Are there
I'm
any
assuming you
fetid
put out the fire
puddles?
relatively. Oh, sorry.
I say, are there any like fetid, muddy puddles of water?
There are many.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to trip him into the puddle.
Okay, and I'll say that he does trip, fall in the puddle, and I'm assuming the fire goes out.
It does. There's a little hiss and it sort of goes out.
Father,
And-
I can't believe you've just spontaneously combusted. What are the chances?
Artemis goes, yeah, well, when you drink this much, son, that's what happens.
And he just kind of stands back up.
And you
And,
hear, as you stand up, you hear a booming voice sort of echo out across the courtyard or across the road that you're, quote unquote road that you're in. He's like, "You see this, good people of Stony Downs? Even the most vile of evil can be vanquished through hard work and a sound mind." And a man with a large holy symbol of Zakharum on his emblazoned onto a tunic on his chest, which is a sort of like the Greek letter psi, I think it is, like a trident sort of looking symbol. He walks down from the town hall, which is not too far from where you are, arms outstretched. He's like, "I welcome you to our humble town. I have been told by a little bird," he gestures over towards the guard, it was like, sort of looking dumbfounded, "that you are here to provide some support from Zakharum, was it?"
Artemis pops up and he goes, "Who
Who the hell are you?
"I am Adrian, Bishop and Lord of this town, responsible for the 357 souls dwelling within its humble walls."
I would like to
Mention
detect
we're
evil.
humble. Oh, sure.
Hector does not believe this man.
Alright. Do you have to do any rolls for that?
Uh,
I just don't remember.
I don't think so.
Does not actively detect, like he's not like doing anything.
Yeah,
right?
I
It's just-
just need to read it. Cool. Okay, so evil hangs heavy across the town. It's difficult to spot an individual source, but it does seem to be emanating from the city hall. It could be coming from the bishop, it could be coming from the hall itself, but it's definitely suspicious.
Okay. Hector is uncharacteristically quiet in this moment as he looks up at the bishop. Because, of course, he has a deep-seated respect for religious figures. However, his respect is typically towards those of his own religion, and not this one. And
Cool.
because he can sense the evil in the hall behind him, he is unsure whether the man himself is evil, or if he is a victim, or even a puppet of the evil within. And so he's sort of a little bit paralyzed by indecision.
This is not. And looks straight up at the bishop and he goes, "Hi there, your lordness. Look, my friends and I
Lordness.
are quite tired, and we would really like." And he just kind of burps, and like to go in the inn, and then we'll talk about Zuma room and all that lovely stuff. And just
He like steers from it, like, and he's like, let out a little chuckle, like, huh, I am afraid I am not quite sure what it is you are saying. You wish to rest for a moment, is it? Is that what I am hearing correctly?
And Artemis goes, yeah, are you fucking deaf?
The bishop, like, his smile, like, fades a bit, and it's like,
Sorry
Very
about
well.
him. He's stupid.
No, that is... Sometimes on the road to piety, we must make sacrifices, and I can only assume that your friend has sacrificed much to make it here.
And Artemis just turns around, nods his head like, yes, I have.
His foot's on
Come.
fire again.
No! He stomps it back in the bottom.
Bishop, like, chuckles. Very well. You would be more than welcome within the city hall or within the temple of Zakarum. Either one will give you charity.
Wait.
Make your decision.
And he looks up at the bishop. He goes, which one has the brothel and the inn and the good drink?
How about just an inn? Maybe a tavern, one of those? Both?
And he just shakes his head. Don't listen to her.
The bishop shakes. Yeah?
I was just gonna say, Melky, can you please control your father? He is being himself.
Yes, I've tried that for many years. You might have a better job than I do because you have the muscles. I give
Very
you
well.
permission to break his jaw, and then I will wire it shut, and we will all be much better off.
Artemis hears this and puts his hand on his crossbow and he goes, don't even try it. Don't do it.
Then stop talking. You only ever make things worse.
Oh my god.
And he just kind of turns back to the bishop. All right, where's the brothel? I think we're decided.
The bishop, like, chuckles and... This is a pious town. It has no need for such sins of the flesh as that. The church will look after you perfectly fine. Simply head over to the Zakarum temple and they will find you lodgings.
Your Grace, maybe you should put him out in the stables. I feel he might get handsy with the female clergy. He doesn't respect the words no.
The bishop, like, studies Artemis for a moment. Like, my son, would you describe yourself as a passionate individual?
And Artemis strokes his beard and goes, I would.
Would you say that you are willing to stand up for your beliefs in spite of what others might tell you?
And Artemis nods again. I think you and me, Lordy, are gonna get along just right.
Malchus is just beside himself. He's like talking over. He's like, why do people keep giving him a pass? This is infuriating.
The bishop, like, holds up his hands, like, I believe that
He
you're...
isn't talking to anybody. He's just like walking away now. He's like, why does this keep happening? What fucking he's incensed. He's just walking into town.
As I said, everyone must sacrifice much on the road to piety, and we would be more than happy to welcome you within the church's loving embrace, if you were ready to make a commitment. You would have no need for brothels or alcohol. You would have your heart filled by the fire of Zakarum instead.
And Artemis just starts laughing and he goes,
You tell good jokes, all right. Now where's the brothel again? He just looks back at him. It's just dead serious.
The bishop just sighs heavily and looks over to the other three who are still here, who are not Artemis. Like, might I have better luck asking one of you instead, if you are here to offer aid or not?
Hector steps forward, and he says, I apologize. This old man is ailing, and we have come here to heal him. However, as recompense, we are in fact here to aid in your cause. Simply point us to the source of evil, and we will excise it from these lands.
The bishop nods a couple of times. Like, very good. If you would wish to speak of what must be done, he gestures his hand towards the city hall behind him. Please, join me inside. If you would wish to rest first, you are welcome to stay here, or, once again, at the Temple of Zakarum. The choice is yours.
Is there really
Any
no inn
dreams?
here? No tavern?
This town does not receive visitors. It only exports its tithes for the good of Kandurus.
Alright.
Artemis kind of raises an eyebrow at that, but doesn't say anything.
I guess here's fine. I'm not tired. I don't know what he's talking about, but we can talk about things. Monkeys!
Well, if you would...
Monkeys!
Artemis,
Is he coming back? Still
He's having a psychotic break right now. He's just like
It's
muttering to himself, just walking through the streets like, oh, I don't understand why this happens. I try to do something good and give him a purpose, and he just fucks everything up.
Artemis,
And then everyone just pretends like he's just a lovely doddering old man. I'm going to fucking smother him. Like he looks crazy right now. He's just
Artemis comes on over to his son and just goes, boy.
he's going to turn around and just punch you in the mouth.
No, can he dodge that? Can he just whoop, straight under it? And he goes, he shakes his son. He goes, get yourself, boy, listen. He just looks at his son. He's like looking, and now he looks serious. He doesn't look like his usual.
No, Malkis does not want to talk to him right now. He is like pulling away. He's like pushing him away. He's walking away. He does not want anything to do with Artemis.
He is just, son, no, and he's just grabbing onto his son. He's just like, listen to me, boy, just listen. And he's shaking him. Malky's gonna do anything.
Take that as a no.
No.
No, I was looking at something real quick.
Okay.
You're looking at something.
Yeah.
Navarre's gonna kind of scooch in closer to Veraciel and be like,
Does it seem strange to you that this town is just a church, and the council hall?
Oh yeah, it is super odd, but like I don't know. People out this way are strange. They are. I don't know. I do not trust them here, but they are not running at us with the torches and the pitchforks. So I'm not complaining right
hear
now.
What that guard said to me?
I sort of close my ears whenever a townie speaks to us. You know what I mean?
and she turns on Hector.
And you say not to call you an angel, but you're allowed to call me a demon? What the fuck is up with that?
Lesser demon, he corrects her.
That's even worse. Shiny pants.
He looks down at his leather pants covered by chainmail, which are under the plates of his greaves. My pants do not shine, he corrects her.
Maybe you need to polish them more.
I have no need for such vanity.
She's gonna go and pick up a couple rocks and sticks and just stick it to him.
What are you doing?
That's what you get. I don't know.
Fine, you are at least a minor demon.
If I can't call
call you an angel. You can't call me a demon. It's double standard.
No, he's not an angel. Remember, he is a god.
Exactly. Meaning, can't call
No,
me that
he's-
either. Can't call you
he's
angel. You're not the
a
angel.
deity.
Can't call me demon. I'm not the demon.
Actually, no, that is kind of a. You know, I am curious now. If so, just so we are clear, though, we cannot become gods because we are lesser demons. But you are not an angel, but can become a god.
I am an Aasimar. I am from a race of ascended creatures, beings that are beyond the reach of all other mortals.
I just touched you.
We are the closest to those who sit in the heavens above.
And you got some rock stuck to you.
Okay, but what if we ascended?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Inconceivable. Demons of your ilk do not ascend to heaven, but descend instead to the depths of the many hells.
Do you not understand what I'm telling you? If you are an Aasimar or whatever, you're not an angel. You not equal angel. Me not equal demon.
I am unfamiliar with mathematics.
Okay, but you really do need to clean your armor. You know that? Like, it's going to rust.
I have no need for such vanity, as I said.
Okay.
How long?
And there is nothing wrong or strange about this town.
Horatio picks up a handful of mud and just like slaps it to his chest.
Now I must clean my armor.
Okay, thank you. And while you are at it, maybe consider taking a bath.
What?
What do you mean, what? You've never heard of a bath?
For what purpose?
So that you don't smell like that. You know?
I do not smell.
Maybe you don't smell, but we can smell you, and it is not pleasant.
Inconceivable.
Keep using that word like you know what it means.
How long has it been since you had a bath?
If you have to say, it's been way too long.
I do not like that he has to think about it.
I suppose it has been since I've descended to these mortal lands.
Why would you not take a bath?
There is no need. The air itself stinks. It reeks of human ilk.
Okay, well, I'm going to take a bath, and Natfari is going to take a bath. The old man is probably going to get drunk. Malkis, I assume, is going to wander around town and complain about things. So, while we
I
all
will
doing
go
that,
and find the root of the evil that ails this land.
You just said there was nothing wrong with this town.
There is nothing wrong with the concept of a religious community.
But there's something wrong with this town.
Okay,
Indeed.
See, no, I agree that there is nothing wrong with the concept of a religious community. It's okay, whatever, you know, I'm fine, you know, if you want to believe that, that is okay. However, there is a problem with this religious community.
Only that evil plagues this place.
Okay, well, we can agree on that. And maybe the evil is in the church. Maybe, I'm just saying.
Inconceivable. He says it one more time and then walks away.
I'm so glad we finally got it out there. I'm tired of smelling him. He smells not good.
Yeah, he smells like, you know... You know when you...
Horse butts.
Like tuna. Like, it has been in the tin for too long, and it has been too warm, you know, it smells like that.
Ew.
He has been in his tin for too long.
Exactly.
Alright, so Hector, I'm assuming you are heading into the town hall, are you?
Yes.
Cool. Is anyone else going in with him? Or who else is going in with him?
We're still tussling, I suppose, in the street.
Oh yeah, back to you.
I couldn't do anything. Nothing.
Yeah.
So are you just staring at me? Does he got you in his grip? Son, look at me.
I suppose.
Okay, and he goes, son, and he reaches into his coat, pulls out some keys, and he goes, look what I got, and like smirks at his son and jingles the keys in front of him.
How is it gonna make him happier?
His face. it just tickles, tickle, right in his face, touching his little face. Look what I got, son. And jiggled.
Artemis gets really close to his father's face. He goes, "Let me go now."
And he goes, no, and he shakes his head. He goes, no, I want son. We gotta
do whatever you want and leave me alone.
And he shakes his head. No, this is bonding time, son. You and me. We gotta find out what these do.
You lost out on your chance for bonding 15 years ago when I was a child.
And he goes, yeah, well, you know, that was like your mother's time. This is us time. And he motions between them.
No.
And he frowns and he goes, son. What if I gave you some booze?
I don't want booze. I want to finish this mission and go home and never speak to you again.
And he shakes his head and he goes, nah, son. And he leans in and he goes, come on. And he starts trying to pull his son along.
Just
with the
because you
keys.
keep saying it does not mean it will ever be true. Leave me alone.
And he's sad. He looks a bit sad and contemplates using friendship. And then and goes, son, whatever we find, there's something weird going on in this town. And he goes, you don't always trust me, but this is gonna lead us somewhere. We can find it out.
I more believe if I follow a disease-ridden rat, I will find the source of this before following you.
And
the only place you will lead me is to a pig pen surrounded by empty bottles of liquor.
And he just frowns. He goes, no, the Hector went that way. That's the disease rat. We're going this way. And he motions towards somewhere in the town. I don't know. What do we know where these keys lead?
No.
We don't.
You just literally grabbed a pair of keys.
You stole the guard's keys. You don't know what they're for.
Yeah, he didn't even come from anywhere. He was outside, and you're just like, shiny.
Yeah. So he wanders off, and he's gonna be trying locks with these keys.
Just random doors.
Every door in town until it works.
All right.
Yeah, Malky's waits for his dad to leave and then just walks away.
Can you do a sleight of hand roll for me, please?
I
Bash?
can. Which one is that? Sleight of hand.
Immediately, first door you try, key doesn't go fit in the lock. It's way too large. As you go to put it in, though, you hear a voice from behind you, or from your side, like, "Oi, what are you doing in my house?" And there's this relatively large man, looks to be a older dude, quite muscular, got a large like lumberjack sort of axe over his shoulder, like, "Are you one of them thieves, are you?"
And Artemis shakes his head and he goes, No, I was fucking your wife.
What the fuck?
Alright, one moment.
Calm down. Actually, can I not? Ooh, okay. I'll see what happens.
Too late, he's already said it.
The large man looks at you for a bit, like nods his head a couple of times, looking up in thought, and then swings a haymaker at your face.
Can I try to use friendship on him?
Sure, you can try to use friendship. What do you do? Like, remember once again, friendship gives you advantage on social checks.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Okay, so can I try to stop him before he winds up? The keys start to wind
Sure.
up?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can cast it before that.
Okay, so oops, I accidentally just cast cross. I just shot him.
You
I
cast
didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. No, okay. Okay, so he kind of looks up and he goes, you don't want to do that. And he looks up at the guy and he's
hoping it works.
Roll persuasion.
Okay.
Roll with advantage.
Where's persuasion? Ooh. Oh, here it is. No, wait. Okay.
Doesn't he have a chance to resist friendship?
That was a 19, and I don't know what the advantage is.
It means you get to roll twice. I don't think friends gives you a chance to resist it.
It seems strange.
However, it has a guaranteed negative effect afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, you can add the advantage. I rolled a 19, so.
Sure.
Advantage is you roll twice, take the higher number.
Yeah. I also just read then that it does have a material cost, so it requires you to have a small amount of makeup applied to your face as the spell is cast. So
if he has a casting focus, you don't need the material.
you don't need it. All right,
As
sweet.
long, he needs to have a focus though.
So like a wand, a staff, a rock.
A symbol, usually.
Well, isn't it because I'm an arcane archer? Wouldn't my crossbows be the focus?
No.
No?
We could
Okay.
say retroactively that you have been like when you go to cast it, you're like
Yeah, he like whoop.
you just like put
He
a
just
little-
reaches up, black smudge.
Yep, that's fine. That's all good. Cool. But as he's winding up, he like stops and just like lets out a long drawn sort of sign like, "Get away from my house before I change my mind."
And Artemis nods and goes, "Will do, friend," and scurries off to go try more doors.
Oh my god! All right, we're gonna cut away from that to the city hall.
I imagine we follow Stinky McShiny Pants in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you come to the city hall, and it looks like it's a pretty basic sort of thing. A large, empty-looking Gothic hall, meeting room. That's the wrong word. What's it? I don't know.
I can't believe I got away without fucking your.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, that's so ridiculous.
It's gonna bite you on the ass eventually. I'm ready.
So the main thing that you notice is that there are large, like, banners of the Zakarum Church here. They seem to be very recently put up, and they're like hanging down in sort of just a haphazard way. And there's still like bits and pieces in boxes and crates that are being set up. Like, I do
know-
apologize. Oh, yeah.
Do I know anything about this Zakaroon religion?
Yes, roll religion for me.
Okay. Oh, I can't use the good sheet because we're not on this piece of paper. Boop. 18.
Cool. So you awoke when you came to this mortal plane. You arrived in Kyrgyzstan, a region or a country renowned for its mages, its history with demonology, and all of that. It also has a very shaky relationship with the large power within its borders called the Zakarum Church. The Zakarum worship a mortal who follows the teachings of heaven. This is, what's his name? Akarat, that's it. They believe in following Akarat's teachings, which is a sort of a different variant of Heaven's teachings, which is focused more on empowering mankind and whatever other mortal creatures wish to follow them along. In recent times, in the past 100 years or so, it has certainly gotten a bit more aggressive and hateful, expanding quite aggressively, often getting into, shall we say, debates with other local groups. And in the past 20 or so years, there was an Inquisition that started to expand out throughout the lands that worshipped the Zakarum faith. Not all nations follow Zakarum, but a vast majority of them do. They are incredibly powerful and are very popular in the more impoverished regions around the continent.
Okay.
Hence why they are all the rage here in the shithole that is Candoris.
Okay.
Jolly.
Cool.
Thanks.
So as you come in, the bishop sort of he relaxes a little bit and is like, I do apologize for the mess. We have only recently been tasked with guiding this town back towards its pious path. You must understand that recent times have been hard with the death of the king and other insurgencies arising across the lands.
Do I know who the king who died is?
You do. King Leoric was the Mad King. He...
Leoric?
Yep, Leoric.
Okay.
Leoric was a kind and gentle ruler for most of his life, but as he got older, he became more paranoid and lashing out violently at his advisors, and eventually led an attack on the neighbouring kingdom of Westmarch, which resulted in his forces getting completely annihilated, most of his nobility dying, and him retreating to his capital, it was like capital town basically, to curse everyone around him, eventually dying alone.
Cool.
What was his last name?
I don't know.
King Leoric Targaryen.
Leoric.
All right, there we go. Leoric Targaryen, there we go.
Yes.
However, through Zakharum's wisdom and guidance, we are starting to get this town back on track, and with any luck, Kandorus as a whole. Now, I'm hoping that you are earnest with your decisions to help us. We have been attacked by demons for the past few months. There are a number of clans that I am aware of, however, the largest of which is a horde of goatmen. If you are willing to excise them from this realm, you will be doing this town a great favor. And if you wish to lend us your ill friend outside, we will be more than happy to heal him and his ailments in exchange for this service. And then
Very
he also
well.
looks over to Hector and is like, I do believe, though, that you have a curse on you.
What?
He, like, pulls out a
Right?
token,
Just a little little
a token of the
elbow
church.
What if it said he was cursed?
A little silver coin with the Zakharum symbol on it. He, like, flicks it on his thumb a couple of times before flicking it towards Hector, and it gets stuck to the armor. Or if you do anything to, like, stop it, it just gets stuck to whatever body it hits. So,
Yeah, he doesn't do anything, so it just gets stuck to him. You mean my divine power?
the bishop, like, stares for a moment, like, I'm not sure what to tell you, my friend, but you have been cursed by a foul demon.
That's impossible. We've killed every undead and demonic force we've come across.
Curses exist long after whatever casts them pass from this world. I would not be surprised if one of the demons you excised or undead you returned to the ground left a lasting imprint on your soul.
Well, of course that would be true. I'm glad to see that this test is one which you have passed.
Bishop
I
raises an
had
eyebrow.
questioned your legitimacy upon our arrival here, as there have been many false priests in the towns we've traveled through.
Your suspicion... the bishop, like, smiles, like, I understand your suspicion, and I would go so far as to say that your suspicion is healthy. These are dark times, and testing those whom you wish to trust with your lives, or your money, or your livelihood is important. The healer will be more than happy to deal with your curse. A simple restoration spell should remove it.
Thank you.
The bishop nods his head. Like,
Are Natvari and Varaciel here to hear this?
Yes.
Okay. Varaciel isn't, like, saying anything, but she's, like, definitely trying not to laugh.
Natvari is like doing the little like, hear that shit? Hear that shit? So crazy, even angels can get curses. That's so weird.
I am
Yeah,
no
no,
angel.
Yeah,
It's
do
so
you?
strange. Oh man, it's a good thing that he is not a deity, because that deity with a curse would be a really bad thing, wouldn't
I
it?
know. That could be so bad for the land, and we're trying to help it right now.
Yeah, if a god could be cursed, what could we do?
We would be screwed as hell.
Yeah, so it's a good thing that he is not, a god.
The bishop sort of like looks across. He's like, I would be careful about uttering such concepts as false gods within a town loyal to Zakarum.
I know. Who would say something like that?
Yeah, we are thankful that there are no false gods here. It would be a very very bad thing, I think.
The bishop.
Don't you?
Hector looks to the bishop, and he is standing very much up straight, sort of puffing out his chest as he crosses his arms. And he said, Indeed, I have told these two many times, that just because I am from the esteemed Asimar race, that I am no god. However, they are slow to learn.
Oh my god.
Oh, just while we're on the subject, so Mr. Bishop guy, what would you say that we are? Do you think by looking at us just offhand?
He looks at the two of you and is like, you are unfortunate souls that have been touched by the burning hells. Tieflings. I will be cautious around you, but I do appreciate your, shall we say, forthcoming by not attempting to disguise yourselves amongst the people of this town. You must understand that the forces of hell are insidious.
Sure,
And-
sure, absolutely. But we're not really demons, are we? We're trying to do good and stuff.
You have been touched by demons.
But
Some
we're
might
not
argue.
demons.
Some might argue that it is interchangeable.
But if he's been touched by an angel, maybe, then he's not an angel.
The bishop looks over to Hector and is like, I am not here to debate such concepts as this.
That's fine. I appreciate you giving us your expert opinion on the matter.
You do notice that the bishop seems a touch colder after these revelations and this conversation. So.
That's fine. He can suck my dick.
Did you say that?
No.
Very, very Artemis.
Where are the goatmen attacking from?
There is a town, There is a campsite that they have set up in a abandoned shrine, a few hours walk from here. However, they are also attacking at night, raiding the roads and harassing the walls of the town, prying for ways in. We have been attempting to rally the townsfolk to lash out and attack their camp. However, our efforts have been futile. They do not quite have enough zeal and piety to truly believe they are capable of fending off the vile demons.
How many would you say were in this demon clan, do you think?
If I had to estimate, there would be at least 100, though they are not always at the campsite. Often they are in smaller breeding parties roaming the lands. I would say that if their camp is eradicated, they will scatter and will be forced to rebuild somewhere else. Somewhere that is not here.
Isn't that bad, though? Wouldn't you just like to get rid of them rather than foist them off on someone else?
We would like to get rid of them. However, Candoris is unfortunately weak right now and low on resources. I appreciate you all being so eager to help, but there are but 5 of you, and there are 100 of them. Without the townsfolk's assistance, I would not send you to fight an entire raiding force on your own.
It's okay. One of our friends have friendship. They'll just walk away.
Okay, so we are, of course, we come here to kill demons. That is what we are here to do, is to kill the demons. But what do we get?
Oh,
You
you're
get-
so smart! I forgot.
You get your friends health returned to him.
Oh, he's
for
not our
one.
friend.
Yeah, we're not really concerned about that. Actually, what we kind of want is we want your word that you will send assistance or whatever to the rogues, because they're the ones who are sending us here to help you.
The bishop gasps and the rogues. The rogues are scoundrels. The Zakharoon Church is not eager to assist them in their vile raids against the good people of Kandor, as they have been robbing us for the past I don't even know how many years.
Hector just nods along. He's like, I knew. And he turns to the tieflings. He's like, this is why we did not return to the camp. I knew that woman was suspect. She sent us out, and immediately we were ambushed on the road. I believe that she was behind all of this.
I think
Not.
that you're...
He sort of gestures with an open arm. I do not mean the state of this realm, but I believe she was behind that attack.
Okay, well, I think that is unlikely. I think that we were attacked by demons who happened to be in the body of some rogues. I think that we are trying to, get everyone to play nice so that we can fix things up here. If the rogues and these nice, pious people are going to, live together happily, we're going to need to get them working together. Besides, they told us to come here and help, so they can't be all that bad.
It's true.
Yeah. I do have a point. Yeah.
I do have a point.
So they want us to help you. Do you want our help? If not,
The bishop goes to speak, and then pauses. And says, I am aware that the rogues once had a deal with the people of this town, one that the church has been quick to put an end to. However, I cannot deny that the state of the realm is in jeopardy. Very well, we will provide a number of our men to support whatever efforts they wish them to do. And he pauses for a moment. Though, would you be so kind as to provide instructions as to where we might send them? It would be very important that the sons of Stony Downs can make their way to the camp and start working sooner rather than later.
I'm not here, but this sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah. Definitely, is that suspicious? Maybe, is that camp secret? I don't know.
I don't think that it is secret exactly, but that sounds a little bit suspicious. So yeah, what I am thinking is maybe we should do the job first, and then we take your men directly back to the camp. So that way we know everyone is on the level, and you can trust us.
Very well. This is agreeable. In that case, I pose you a question. How do you intend to deal with the demons? Do you wish to seek them out? Do you wish to wait for them here and attack from a defensible location? Do you have other thoughts?
I am going to put this one to Hector because he is really the most passionate one about this particular subject.
You would use the town as a fortification willingly.
The townsfolk are servants of Zakharoon. Each and every one of them must be willing to lay down their life for the faith. If their homes are the cost of securing this land from demonic corruption, then so must it be. After all, piety is won with sacrifice.
Even the little ones, the small ones.
Especially the little ones.
They have a part to play, though it will not be on the front lines.
Even for someone as myself, a camp of 100 goat men may be too much. If it were 95, I could perhaps handle it on my own.
Well, it's a good thing you have
However,
4 other people. You can handle 95, and the 4
I could
of
trust
us.
but only one goat man to the rest of you, for you do not know the special techniques in order to kill them.
You could just teach us, right now.
Inconceivable. A lesser demon such as yourself cannot wield the radiant
I'm just gonna
light.
do this number
I don't...
right up on his barfoot,
Can you reach?
Yeah.
He's 8 feet tall.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's like this.
No. We're not doing that, remember? Not doing that anymore.
Lesser tiefling.
Lesser.
Okay, I don't know about what you're talking about because I'm just as good at killing things as you are. Probably
If not better.
Okay?
Better.
Yeah, better. Yeah.
There are demons much larger than all of you.
Yeah, and larger than you too. So I don't see the point.
Indeed. They are regular demons, greater demons,
This is a tangent. You're on a tangent.
abominable demons.
Jello demons.
It has nothing to do with the current conversation.
Okay, look, I'm actually going to put like okay, listen, I think I will bet money that I can kill more of the goat people than you can.
I have no money. I do not believe in such material things. He lies.
Like not at all.
Since
Can I?
what use
can
do
I
I
have,
have for gold?
Can I have your stuff then?
I need what I have on me to slay demons,
Are
to
you sure?
expunge evil.
Can I look through your bag and take out any money?
No, you may not look through my bag.
Why can't you not look through your bag? Do you have something to hide? Something not pious, perhaps?
Sir Bishop, I believe that it would be in our best interest to fortify the town and wait for the next attack.
I bet he has a dirty novel in there.
The bishop nods his head. He's like, that is the line of thinking I share. At least now that we have some military sensibilities amongst us. Very good. Go and communicate with the townsfolk. They will no doubt be happy to lend their aid to their soon-to-be saviors.
Do you have resources for this? You know, like extra wood. That gate we came in, it's the shittiest gate I've ever seen.
Most of the resources of Stony Downs are sent to Leoric's Manor, where it is then sold so that Candorus may become wealthy.
I can't
The
help,
gates have done their job up until now. There
can't
is
help
wood.
but feel that inviting an attack to this place is inviting very many people to die.
And I cannot help but feel that it has not been until relatively recently that demons have been stalking our lands.
You guys are really good at tangents.
I don't see how those two things are mutually exclusive. Yes, the gates have held until now, but now recently demons are stalking your land, so now you need better. Okay, look, forget about the gates. Why don't we dig like trenches inside of the gates so if the demons break open the doors, they go into the trenches, and then we can
Stab them.
How many gates are there?
There's two.
we can
Like
Would
one-
the keys work in those gates?
Old two-gate Tony.
We'll get to that in a bit.
we can make.
And
we can
would
make
I be
little-
able to leave them unlocked to screw things up?
Why would you do this?
He is a
Okay,
chaos monk.
why don't we get all of these soldiers together and we can see what they do? Do you have any archers? Maybe we can make little drawbridges so that they have to they can't get to the wall, trenches, things like that. We can.
I will send a missive out to the people that are community leaders, and they will take stock of what resources they might be able to lend. Resources, of course, includes their own manpower and capabilities. Does that sound reasonable to you? Communicating with them directly might be best.
Yeah, I mean, Hector. Yeah, that sounds good.
Should ask to be ordained right in front of Hector. How will they trust me?
God.
Oh my god.
Yeah, look, we'll do that, okay? So send out the missive. We're going to go get our companions because they're probably causing trouble, or maybe just hitting each other some more. I don't know.
All right. Very well. Go find your companions. I shall find the community leaders, and we shall put together a sizable defense of Stony Downs. And with that,
Shit show.
we hard cut to you, Vesh. So you've been trying out different locks, and these keys do not fit in 99% of the locks.
Okay.
However, eventually you find one that it does fit into. The guardhouse.
Okay.
I'm guessing you go inside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. It seems like it is completely unattended. There's no one in here. It's pretty bare bones as well. There's some candles that have been put out because no one's here.
Is there
There's some-
nothing in there that I can pilfer?
There's nothing that would be considerably valuable or easy to hide.
I'm trying to hide it. I'll just steal it outright.
Well, there's like some paintings and stuff, but once again, they will almost certainly attract a lot of attention if they are missing and they're not easy to stash away.
I would not care.
Well,
I'll just shoot them if they try to mess with me.
as
Less fighting force for Stony down.
okay, well, as you're moving towards one of the paintings, there's another door that heads further into the
Okay.
the guardhouse. Yep, so you just try that as well.
Absolutely.
Yep, it opens up and you see a staircase that goes down to a
Let's go down.
Yep, into a dark, dank little jail cell.
Okay, can I spark some flint? I know I have flint.
You are an elf, so you have dim vision. You can see in this light. It's all like
Wonderful.
grayscale.
I do want to draw one. Actually, can I just pull out my dagger just in case?
Sure.
He's like spooked, so he's like going around with his dagger.
I
All
sure
right.
am spooked by this thing I did to myself.
Well, no, just like it's dark. You don't know.
It's
So
dark and he's
as-
drunk. And dumb.
Yeah.
As you head down into the dark cell, you hear some steady breathing from inside one of the cells. It sounds loud, like it's very loud breathing, almost like an animal.
Okay.
And as you approach, you hear a "You're not one of the soft-skin guards." And as you look over, you see chained to the wall with a number of open wounds in its chest, a 8-foot humanoid. For making it simple, it is one of the goat men. Goat feet.
Shoot it! Shoot it! Shoot it! Boom! 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 I just draw a crossbow. Boom! Boom!
It's in a cell and chained up.
Exactly.
You just shoot it.
Well, okay. He draws his crossbows and he goes, "How we get to talking about you?"
The goatman narrows its goatee eyes. Its horns have both been snapped off, and you can see some sort of blood matted with its fur. It's not looking in a very good spot. It's like, why not? I have already had my dignity taken by these fleshy insects above.
And he kind of looks at him and he goes, So they do have a brothel. And then laughs and shakes his head. And
Goatman is like sort of bleating like laugh as well. It's like, they wouldn't know what to do with their brothel.
he smirks and he goes, I like you're the first non-asshole I liked here so far.
Why are you down here?
Artemis looks at the goat and he goes, well, I was looking for he thinks for a moment. He takes a quick drink and goes, the bathroom, but what are you here for?
I had the grave sin of being caught by the church. They wished to make an example for their fleshy insects in order to whip them into a frenzy.
Artemis like kind of raises an eyebrow and is like, what's up? What do you mean?
The church wishes to control the insects. They all do. Khazra do not care about the politics of this land. Khazra wish to make their own home, and Khazra do not abandon the herd.
And he goes, well, why don't you? And he kind of like is like thinking, but he's like stumbling over his thoughts, and then he goes, I'm actually drunk. So just give me a second. I'm role playing a drunk person, actually drunk.
Nice.
Method acting.
Method acting.
He looks at him and he goes, "What? Well, why don't you just leave then?"
The Khazra, the goatman, like jostles his arms and the chains that are tying to the wall behind the prison cell. I have some restraints that I cannot break.
And he nods his head and he goes,
And what did you mean fleshy insects?
Like, juts his head up. Like, the mortal men and women that live in this town are nothing more than a hive serving a queen. They are insects with no free thought.
and he goes,
So they're possessed?
No. They are brainwashed by the Zakarum.
and he goes,
You mean that motherfucker, the bishop, the pious asshole who doesn't let me sleep in a room?
The Khazra nods its head. It's like, we once lived near here and did not wish to play nice with the church. So they made a deal with another and wished to see us removed.
Artemis nods his head and he goes,
Well, how many other are there? How many other of you are there?
A full herd, 100 warriors who are waiting to find me. However, the others that the church has made their deal with keep them at bay. They cannot make it to me.
Artemis nods his head and he goes,
So if I let you out, what do I get out of it?
What? What do you want?
Artemis.
Oh, here you go.
Oh no, you go.
I do not have many possessions, but I am certain that the herd will be very grateful and will be very eager to repay you for freeing its lost flock member.
Okay, Artemis nods his head and he goes,
That sounds great.
and he goes,
You promise that you'll help me?
What do you need help with?
I want my son to be proud of me.
The the Khazra thinks for a moment and is like, why is he not proud?
Well, I don't know. Look, I'll let you go, cause I'm a good person,
The
and
Khazra like, straightens up a little bit and is like, you do know. You simply do not wish to say it.
Artemis just shakes his head and he goes, look, and he starts working on. Is he like fully chained, like arms and legs?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
just legs. Just arms, rather. Just arms.
Okay, so he starts working on one of the arms chains, or can he? Does he have the ability to pick locks? Do I need that ability? Is that like an ability?
The keychain will open it.
Okay. All right. So he goes to undo one of the chains and he goes,
what? Just get out of here. There's a town that way.
"What was the old town? Tristan."
That's completely empty and safe, and you can all go live there safe.
Khazra thinks for him. It's like, I will bring this message to Akash, and he will decide where the herd moves, not me.
Artemis nods his head and goes,
Can I go with you?
Akash would be welcoming to those of a similar mind if you are willing to join us.
and Artemis like squints and he goes,
Well, I can't do that, but I would help you.
Help with what again?
Well, freeing you and helping you find another safe spot.
Like, sort of bleats in thought and like, if you wish to escort me to Akash, well, I will be escorting you. You do not know where to go, but you are welcome to come along, little creature.
Artemis nods his head and he goes,
All right, but first, before I let you go, we gotta sneak you out of here, friend.
Oh no.
and he
How do you intend to do this?
I'll get you a robe and we'll hide you under it.
and he goes scouring through the jail cell before undoing the other shackle on the other arm to try and see if he can find like a cloak to like put over.
You find like a heavy sort of hempen robe with a cloak and everything attached. It's quite a lot. It is large. It doesn't quite cover like if you were to put it on the goatman, it wouldn't cover him entirely unless he like squats down and sort of walks weirdly.
Mm-hmm.
But you can sort of do it.
Okay.
Now,
So
I'm just going to interject for a moment. Okay. You're doing because you're roaming around the town, right? You're just going for a little bit of a.
Well, after Artemis finally left, he was actually going to go like try to get a better grip on or better handle on how the townspeople feel about the whole Zacharoon situation and how pious actually are if they're kind of being like religiously bullied.
Yeah. So I'll give you a quick summary from what you've managed to discover then from just going around talking. Zacharoon Church has always been present, but it's only been in the past few months that this particular, I guess, individual has arrived. Yeah, and they've certainly been much more forceful about their beliefs and attempting to drum up support for particular bits and pieces. It reminds a lot of them of how the Mad King Leoric used to act. However, it's not quite that level of extreme. It makes sense given how...
Hasn't reached that kind of like fever pitch yet because there's not enough people, pretty much.
Yeah. Some of them are worried that they're going to try and do a similar sort of thing with attacking another power and getting completely eradicated. But others, they don't have much. They see this as a chance to prove themselves in the eyes of the church, and they're happy for it. It's very mixed, but it's very polarizing with the two different opinions.
Mm-hmm. Is general consensus that the bishop is a positive force for the town or a negative force for the town? Like, because they've been followers of Zacharoon before, but this is a more extremist sector belief system or the doctrine.
So people are very careful on their wording. Those that are supportive are very openly supportive. Those who don't seem quite so supportive are quick to praise the bishop's passions and the bishop's attitude around work ethic and other things that aren't really relevant to your question.
Yeah,
but they're avoiding the question.
Yeah, praise without actual merit. Just like, well, he does a bunch of good stuff without actually getting to the heart of what I asked.
Yeah, exactly. So, while you're doing your rounds, you will...
Sorry, just one quick question. What Countess Francia?
Yes.
Did she have a particular religious leaning, or is she just a local or a political figurehead?
Countess Francia is a little bit of a maverick. She is a political figure that came from the city of Lut Ghislaine, which has been very anti-Zacharoon. However, she basically inherited a title, left Lut Ghislaine and came to Candoris to rule over the little noble house that she took over.
Then that would be a similar question, along those veins I've asked, but do you think a different figurehead or somebody outside of the church would possibly be a different direction the town could take? Or would be beneficial to the town and the surrounding area?
Similarly, you'd get responses ranging from no, absolutely not, to yeah, it would be different.
Okay.
Cool. So as you're roaming around, you'll notice a familiar Artemis-looking face coming out of a building with a, well, one with a painting, and two with a large hunched over individual in a long bland robe.
I cast disguise self on myself.
Okay.
What do you look like?
I appear to be
Hot lady.
no.
So I can come onto my side.
Oh my god.
Older gentleman, probably in my 60s. Weathered, long beard, sunken kind of eyes. Just look like a miserable the kind of old person in medieval times that looks like they're waiting to die, but they're too early just kill themselves.
Oh my god.
Just like I get up and everything hurts, but one of these days God will see fit to bring me to heaven. Until then, though, my arthritis sure does hurt.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Well,
Yeah.
as you step out into the light of day, what do, Artemis? With your new goatee boy?
I wrap my arm around the goat man and I go, all right, you just be quiet, keep your head down, all right?
Yes.
And he's gonna make his way. I'm assuming he's been all over the town. Is there like the back gate? Is there like
Yes.
another way out? You said there's 2 gates, so he's not gonna go out the one that they came out of.
Yeah, there's like a mixture of sort of decrepit stone and palisade walls, and then there is a like another gate that just basically heads out the other side of the town.
Okay, so he's gonna go to the other gate
Mm-hmm.
with
I'll
the
shadow
goat
him.
and try to go.
I'll
Cool.
shadow him.
Gonna follow him? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yep, you keep on going, you get to the gate, and you see that there are a pair of guards that are standing at the gate as well. This gate is open. One of the guards is standing on the outside of the gate, the other one's standing on the inside of the gate, and they're just having an old yarn, not being very careful about security.
I just want to try and slip past them best I can, unnoticed, just with my arm wrapped around the guy like he's my friend.
With a giant painting tucked under the other arm.
Yeah.
As you're going along, one of the guards like looks over to you, and then a big like a frown followed by a look of exclamation, like, "Oi! That's the painting of Vulcan Leoric!" And he like pokes his spear out to sort of like get it in the way for you, so you stops you from leaving the town. Like, where do you think you're going, thief?
And Artemis looks at him and wipes something on his face.
Oh my god!
And he goes, I think you were gonna let me leave. And I
Yep.
assume we are going to roll a persuasion roll.
Persuasion. And with advantage.
Well, I can't see this going well.
That's a 16.
Yeah. 13's
That's a-
not that high.
16 out of 20?
You rolled a
You rolled
13.
13.
I know, but then the advantage plus 3, right?
That's not how advantage works.
Advantage, you roll the dice twice, and you pick one of these two numbers.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the guard like, what? No, I ain't letting you and your tall, voluptuous friend over there walk out. The other guard like is now wobbling over, like, what's going on here? This fellow stole our painting. He did. What? He stole our painting? All right.
The other guard and wipe some on my other cheek and go, he said he was gonna kill you though, and I was just trying to stop him.
You know the other guard realizes you tried to cast friendship on him now, right?
Yeah, but then I'll have them kill each other and leave while they're killing each other.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that is certainly not how this is gonna go.
20! Give me a 20, God!
Even if you roll high, it needs to be believable, and this is almost certainly not believable.
Okay.
Let's just do an advantage. No.
No.
So, with that, the other guard, like, sort of furrows his brows with, like, he's casting spells! Yeah, he's casting a spell on me too! As that happens, the goat man sort of, like, the Khazra, like, looks down to you and goes, allow me to deal with this.
And Artemis goes, be my guest.
The Khazra, with quite a bit of speed, just lashes out, grabs one of the guards' heads and just slams it into the stone wall, and pretty much pops it like a watermelon.
Okay, what about the other one?
Shoulder barges the other one, throwing him about 15 feet out of the way, and just bolts out of town.
And Artemis goes, "What? Wait, where are you going?"
He's Gonski. He's running real quick.
Can I shoot him with my crossbow?
You can
Why?
take a shot. If you want to take a shot, you
Why
can.
is he
What's the
running?
point of you?
Chaos.
You want to take a
Just-
shot?
I want to use the beguiling arrow,
Sure. Well,
because that makes them
Breathe.
charmed, right?
Breathe.
So then, do they listen to me? Right? Would they listen to me?
it just means that they won't attack you in combat.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I'm gonna look at the guards, and just kind of look at the goat man, and just be like, "Damn, I got conned." But then I'm gonna kind of loot the guards, just real quick.
So, okay. As you so the guy that got shoved away, he's not dead. He just got thrown away, but he's injured. The other one is really dead.
Okay,
as you
I
sort
want the
of-
dead one.
I'm
As you
going
get
to get back far enough away and start yelling for the guards.
Oh, okay. Then the second that
around
happens,
a building, so we can't see who's calling.
oh, you bitch.
Other voices mirror that as the townsfolk who. This was in the middle of the day, broad daylight. A lot of people saw this all happen. They're all screaming and panicking.
Oh,
Hector-
I thought this was later. Okay, I'm not gonna loot the guards. I'm just gonna chase after the goat. I'm just gonna run after this motherfucker. Just chase him into the woods, painting in hand.
Yeah, so you're just gonna run off. All right.
Right off with him.
As you're about to run off, Hector, Natvari, and Verasil, you'll hear the screaming and shouting as you're going around town, going to get ready to meet the assorted community leaders. And you see the mess of a guard. You might even see Artemis rushing out the gate, but you certainly see the after effects of what the fuck just happened.
What the fuck just happened?
I have my suspicions.
Was that old motherfucker?
Yes, and nothing of value was lost, except maybe that painting he was carrying.
Why? Where is his son? Knuckles!
I don't know. I mean, you leave them alone for 5 minutes, and the young boy, he cannot control the old man, and the old man, he's well past, the date of his death. He is.
You can hear the bells ringing and the townsfolk screaming and panicking, and some sobs and all that going on.
Oh, well, that's one of the soldiers we were going to have killed, and that looks like that other one is probably going to have a bad concussion, so, we can count 2 down.
This is a shit show already.
Yeah. Once everyone's kind of distracted at the gate, I'll drop disguise self.
So, can we see Artemis?
He just chased out with the
We
painting.
saw him run away.
Yeah, you saw him take off.
With a painting in hand.
The painting.
Do you believe that the old man did this?
I don't
Their
know.
head, one of their heads was crushed. I
I'm not
will say
sure.
that.
Yeah, I'm not sure you could smash a head, but I don't really know for certain.
Yeah, I mean, he's very old, he's very frail. I'm surprised he can, load those crossbows, It takes a lot of strength. I'm assuming something? I don't know, I mean,
How far
something
away
did that.
from the gate are we?
Maybe 10 seconds jog.
Right. I'm gonna go over and observe the footprints.
I'm gonna go do that too.
Sure. So, I won't get you to roll. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Oh.
There are some footprints from Artemis, obviously, as he's running off through the dirty cobblestones that lead out of the city, off into the forest, or out of the town, I should say, as well as a pair of large, cloven hooves. Seem to be following a very, very similar trajectory.
Did a goatman do this? Is Artemis actually chasing after the guy?
As soon as the word goat leaves her lips, the big man comes stomping over. What? He gets down, sort of squats almost on a knee, but he doesn't stick his greave in the muddy dirt.
I mean, Malky is like joining now. He walks up and goes, "Yes, it was a goat man. It was Artemis. They apparently had one in the village somewhere, and he freed it for some reason."
Oh, okay, that's so okay. All right,
You just throw me under the bus. You could be like, wow, what a hero. He tried to save us from the goat man attack.
Literally killed a guy. Literally killed. Instead of
okay.
to stop it, you just run like the fucking criminal you are.
So, do you know
I really-
why? Why?
You are asking questions I have no possible answers to.
Oh, okay, so I have a question that maybe you do have an answer to. You are his son. Should we be doing something here? Should we go after him and bring him back? Should we let him, I don't know, run around in the forest until he gets eaten? I mean,
The second one.
okay.
I do not agree. We must give chase so that he can be brought back and be made to pay his due justice.
I mean, what justice is there due to? I mean, he's probably going to get eaten by wolves or goatmen. Like.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go
Unseen
find him?
justice is not justice.
Oh, is
my
this like
God.
is this like if a tree falls in the woods and no one hears it, then does it really make a sound, kind of thing?
No,
Well,
it is
obviously
like
it makes a sound.
the unrest of the
Course it makes
citizens of
sense.
this town will not be made to heal until they get what they wish. This
Yeah.
injustice cannot go unanswered.
Well,
I'm
we
gonna
don't
wipe
even
the
we
park.
don't even know if they want us to go after him. We have
mean-
not talked to them yet.
It was a goatman that smashed the man's head. So, like, when the goatmen come, we'll just, take one alive and let them burn it at the stake or something.
Though I had wished to face the horde of goatmen with the fortifications of the village, I believe it best if we go and try to give chase.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, you are the...
You couldn't even say it, huh? You tried, it didn't come out.
Yeah, it didn't come out. Look, we have to... I really wanted to stay here and have a bath.
I'm gonna use message. Can I? Yeah. How long is the range on message? I don't know. 120
feet or something.
feet. Is Artemis still on 120 feet, you think?
I'd say through your time that you've been conversing, he's probably gotten further away than that.
Never mind then. Never mind.
So the question remains, Artemis, are you taking off after the goatman, or do you give up after less than 120 feet?
Like, how close am I close to catching him?
You can see him as he heads off into the woods, and you could follow him if you wanted, but you'll have to head deeper into the woods.
I'm assuming he's faster than you.
Yeah.
Really? I don't know.
Yes.
Artemis is a woodsy man.
It's
Can I
little-
shoot him in
An
the
old
leg?
drunk man or a goatman?
Like, he was a ranger
Who's
general
faster?
back in his day. I'm gonna say that he keeps following the goat man.
Cool, okay, that's good. In that case, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick and refill my water, and then I'm going to... They're
Kill
going
me.
to experience Vash's decisions and what they bring. So,
Right.
Oh no. Character
Mhm.
death
Mhm.
time. I did want to fight the party though. That would have been fun.
Do
I
we
want to
wanna-
see how many people I could get.
Do we want to just like keep our ping, or do we want to have everybody break real quick?
I'm fine either or.
Yeah, I mean, look, pretty much like,
I think we're paused right now because May's gotta decide.
Vera is basically just going to be like, I really wanted to get a bath. Fine, we'll go walk around in the mud some more.
I believe my
Now
son
you
just sailed me up the
understand.
river.
If Hector wants to go find him, then Hector can go find him, and you can have a bath. There's no
Oh,
reason
look.
all of us need to go. It's one old man that no one really cares about.
Yeah, but if Hector gets, if Hector runs into, a goat man and maybe there's more than 95 of them, he's going to be in danger.
But they don't ever go out all at once. I'm sure he could handle 15 to 90 by himself, right?
I mean, maybe, but maybe there's more of them.
What do you
don't
say,
know.
Hector? Could you handle 15 to 90?
Indeed, I could.
See, he's
However, if there is even 96, I would be in trouble.
Mm, mm.
well. If
actually,
that's the case, then you'll have to heroically leave.
I do actually have a question. Could you actually handle that many, or could you only have handled that many when you were still a god?
I can
Is that a
handle that
squeeze or a
many
squeak?
as I am now.
Okay, but if you were a god, how many could you have handled then?
A silly, unimportant question.
I
Oh,
have
no,
questions. I have questions for Anton. Shoot. Shoot.
Anyway, so Vera leans over to Malcase, gives him a slap on the arm. Is like, oh, by the way, we discovered that he's not a god; he is actually cursed.
That makes a lot more sense, actually.
Yeah.
What kind of curse does that? One of my questions.
Maybe it could have been like either a sticky curse or maybe some kind of like attraction. I don't know.
Sticky curse?
There are quite a number of silly curses. Believe me, I literally found a magical item once called a Wand of Frowns.
Oh, what?
Magic can be very, very stupid.
Yeah, that is kind of stupid, actually. I don't like that very much.
It's right here, actually. He literally has a wand, like a small wooden wand in his hand. This is a wand of frowns. A very stupid magical item that can make someone frown.
Can I see it?
Absolutely.
She takes it and she sticks it to Hector.
But you can't see!
You know he was probably already frowning, right?
No, like she specifically, she doesn't just stick it to him. She specifically, thump, right on the head, like a unicorn.
Oh my god.
He pulls it off of his head and snaps it in half.
Oh!
I know you don't have money, but I will be needing compensation for that. I will take one of your weapons or a glove.
Your helmet. Take his
You
helmet.
can't
Your
just break people's
compensation
things.
shall be the life of your dear father.
You can't. He doesn't want
That's
that.
not worth anything to anyone, so I will be taking monetary
kept,
compensation.
He kept the receipt.
You can't just break people's things. That's rude.
That is rude. Okay, look, are we going to go get the old man?
No.
No, okay. No. Hector, you're going to go get... Oh, fine. I'm going to go with Hector, I guess, just in case he runs into something that is going to, stick to him that he can't just pull off, like maybe some monster teeth.
Maybe 99. Maybe he won't be able to defeat 99
We should
pine
all
needles if he accidentally
go.
falls.
We should all go. We should see if we can catch that goat man he was with.
Okay. Also, it would be nice to actually kind of, beat the old man up a little bit. I will admit.
But
That
he
is
loves
the-
you.
that-
He
that-
loves you. He thinks you're the prettiest.
Pigs love shit.
I mean, that means
Did
that
you
he
just
thinks
call
you are
my
the prettiest
sister
too.
shit?
No, I'm saying my old man is shit. Your sister is very lovely. You're both very lovely.
Thank you. You are a very charming man. I like him.
I may be grumpy sometimes, but there's reason for it usually. I apologize.
Is it your dad?
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense. Okay, look, we go get the old man. I'm not going to try too hard. We go into the forest, look around. He doesn't turn up, then he got eaten by wolves. Hector can go find his corpse, and we go home.
Fine.
I really do think it would be good to talk to the goat guy if we can, It's very strange that he would not mention that they were holding a goat guy in their
Speak
city.
never again of communing with demons in my presence.
Oh my god. You just talk to him, we say, hey, what are you doing? What do you want? And if he's like, I don't actually want to bother the town, we're like, oh, that's suspicious, isn't it?
Hector,
You
I have a very
saw the
silly
two killed.
I have a very silly question, Hector. When you reprimand evil before you slay it, is that technically not conversing with evil?
It is not.
But you're yelling at evil, so you're speaking, conversing, and talking to evil.
The
Even if you're
declaration,
making proclamations, you're still talking to somebody.
indeed. The divine words which I utter upon slaying the damned are to ensure that they cannot rise again.
But you are always saying things to them while you are killing them. Before they are killed, you're always like, evildoer, and so on.
So while you guys are talking to him, I definitely sneak around behind and see if I can spell out butt on his back and sticks or something.
He catches you doing that and sort of turns around and swats at you.
Hold on. Let's roll for it.
Okay.
Stealth versus perception.
Yeah.
A tale as old as time.
I do not have good stealth.
Well, I don't have good perception. Actually, I have incredible perception, but I just rolled one.
Ha 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 ha! Your back says butt now.
We are all very mature.
Cool.
Cool.
So,
While you were gone,
should
I
have
had
written juicy and pine needles on his ass.
this is butt. Would my character know the kinds of curses that demons might leave, and if they would be like sticky curses?
A very,
roll Arcana.
very sticky curse.
Arcana. Ha-cha-cha. Arcana. 25.
Perfect. So, you're familiar with quite a few curses. A lot of demonic curses can vary massively. Some can be insidious and horrific entity, or burdens that can survive multiple lifetimes. Others can be silly nonsense that are left by trickster demons and more sort of playful entities that technically are from the hells but are pretty harmless. Chances are this falls into the latter category.
So there could be a sticky curse. I told you so.
However, that sets the question as to who set a sticky curse on Stefan.
Yeah. Do like thinking back, would I have recognized anything that might have caused it?
You do remember him getting picked up and thrown through a wall by the liquid Griswold man.
He was kind of sticky.
Chances are it's related to him, but that would mean that the curse was bestowed onto him by another entity. Undead do not simply manifest their own curses.
The final thing my character's trying to figure out is, was it actually a curse, or is it actually...
Yes.
Okay.
It was a curse. It falls into the category of curses, and you could believe the bishop and what he said.
Okay. My other question for you was, given a little bit of travel time or whatever, examining this birdie that I found that I fought to find, that Stefan found and we fought over, would I kind of be able to figure out what it is based on knowledge, or
Yeah.
no?
I'll say yes, based on context clues and knowledge and stuff. So this bird, when you pull it out, it sort of comes to life, hops around a bit, and then it will tell you how many strangers it spots.
Oh.
How many what?
How many strangers it spots.
I gotcha. They said strings of
Oh,
first.
that actually sounds really kind of useful.
Yeah, actually. But, so, does it know us now? Actually,
Yes. It's attuned. I'm going to say it's figured out all the use. It doesn't need to be attuned or anything, but it's
Okay.
familiar with everyone in the party. So it'll tell you again. It'll just name off how many strangers it sees. It'll give you a number.
Okay. 5.
5.
Cool. It's a stranger counter.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so did you hear us while we were talking while you were gone?
No.
Okay.
Well, I came back for the wand of frowns to get broken. Rest in peace, wand of frowns.
I was going to use that for nothing. I mean, probably just for hilarity's sake, but
It's so mean.
All right, Artemis.
Yes.
So as you go deeper into the forest, mist starts to sort of swirl around you. It's very easy to spot where the goat man has been heading because he's leaving a notable trail.
Right.
And eventually, you actually come across him. He's just sort of waiting at the side of a paved road. You recognize the road. It's one of the ones that you were traveling on as you made your way to town.
Okay.
He's basically led you on a chase through the forest to lose the guards or anyone that might be following you. And he seems to be waiting for you to catch up. Like, come, flesh friend.
And he nods and he goes, "Why'd you run off?"
because I did not wish for the Hive Guardians to chase.
And he goes, all right, where are we going, friend?
He sort of stops and sniffs up into the air. He's like, nowhere. We are exactly where we need to be.
And he,
You hear like rustling from the surrounding trees, and just to reiterate, hang on, let me just do this. Why?
oh no.
So, I'm reusing a map. So, imagine that we were further away from the town on this, but that's fine. We'll
Where
do
are you
for
gonna
now.
put my piece?
You should see your piece.
I know, but I'm assuming I'm far ahead of everyone else's.
You are.
Wait, what map is this?
It's
Oh,
a
this
map.
is just outside the town.
So where do you,
This is,
everyone
everyone is
move my piece wherever I'm supposed to be?
everyone is where they should be already. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I was just trying to see where he was going.
Yeah.
Should time the visual.
Yeah, if you want to move your character closer, Michelle, feel free. Because you see the 6 tokens plus the big one, right, Ash?
No. Well, I see our teammates. I don't see anyone else.
Shit. All right, hang on.
I don't see.
I'm assuming you gotta move me,
Marquise
buddy.
either.
Let's just move. Why? There you go.
No, no, that's okay.
Can't wake up.
There we go. Move Michelle there as well.
Oh
Michelle's
my
not really there.
I'm ready.
So as you're standing there, you hear like rustling from the sides, and you see sorted like not all goat.
Wait, is this my
figures.
friend right here?
No,
Oh.
they're not all goat figures. Some of them seem to be varying degrees of goat versus varying degrees of human.
Okay.
It seems like there's sort of like a mishmash mixture of the two. And then a much larger creature comes out. A full-blown Minotaur-looking motherfucker, clad in heavy metal armor, a large axe sort of dangling from one of his arms as he wanders over. Gets out a snorting growl as he comes close. Your friend who had been running with you, like, drops down to his knees and sort of like, this flesh creature has saved me from the insects. Like, so it has. And like, looks over and is like, what is your name, little man?
Artemis gives a very formal bow to the man, and he goes, my name is Artemis.
Artemis. Your kind do not often get along with Khazra. Why did you decide to free my herdsman?
And Artemis looks up at him, and he goes, well, he was locked up, and I wanted to help him for my son.
For your son.
And Artemis nods his head.
Lowers down this 12-foot monstrosity, like bringing itself lower so its head is even with yours. It's sort of like studying you a little bit. It's like, I'm not certain of what it is you truly mean by for your son. Why would you free my son for yours? What are you attempting to achieve, little man?
And Artemis looks at him, and he goes, well, he said I wasn't a good person, and I wanted to free your son to show him that people can be good.
Mortals do not like Khazra. I suspect your son will not be pleased with this decision. But
Can I stop him real quick?
Sure, yep.
And Artemis shakes his head, and he goes, that's not true. I travel with tieflings, who mortals also do not like. And yet I am good friends with them.
The
Sounds
large
a little
Khazra is like
fussy.
its multiple ears like flick and it sort of like straightens up again. It's like, the church has been very zealous in its purging of anything related to the hells, tieflings included. Maybe there is hope in mortal kind still not to be blinded by hatred.
And
Like-
Artemis nods his head and he goes, I would agree.
You returned my son to me. What do you want in exchange? Khazra do not accept gifts, only trades.
Artemis nods and he goes, well, I wanted to ask you to leave and go to the town of Tristram. Tristram.
The Khazra, the large Khazra snorts, and the others all start to get agitated and growling, like, we will never return to such a cursed place. The Lord of Terror bound us there, made us servants. Khazra will not serve, we will only rule.
And
We
Artemis
do not wish to return.
Artemis goes, wait, you came from there?
We were bound there, as were many other creatures that now haunt this land.
Artemis almost looks sad, and he frowns and he goes, I'm sorry.
Demons do not trust us, for we are mortal, but mortals hate us, for we are demon. Do you understand why they cast us out so?
Artemis kind of looks almost like upset about this and goes, but you've never done anything bad to them, right?
We take what we need. We hunt as they hunt. We attempt to build, they tear it down, claiming it is an affront to their Zakarum or to their nobles or leaders, other arbitrary measurements.
So he nods and he goes, well, what if I can change their mind?
You are but one small creature. This is a hive, a sick hive that can only be cleansed. But this is not our fight. Khazra wish only to find a home and to be left alone.
Artemis nods his head and he goes, well, can I help you with that?
What do you think you can offer?
I think I can get the people of that town to let you build a home and live peacefully. I gotta start talking like my normal self. This is killing me.
You should
Need some
know.
water.
Oh no.
There is another demon clan near here. One that has brokered a deal with the new bishop of this town.
Artemis raises his eyebrow and he goes, who's that?
The demon clan or the bishop?
The demon clan.
They are known as fallen. Small, lesser demons. They are footsteps, shadows that appear in the wake of greater evils.
Well, do you want them gone?
They were... He stops for a moment. If they were to be removed, your corruption in your town would lose its bargaining chip. They would no longer have a, lets out a sort of, I guess, growling sort of laugh. Scapegoat.
Ah.
Artemis chuckles and he goes, well,
Well, if you show me where they are, I'll get rid of them.
As happens, the rest of you get close enough to see what's happening on the road. How there's a number of goatmen, one very large goatman, and they all seem to be just having a conversation with Artemis. I'll also point out each one of these Khazra tokens is multiple goatmen, so there's like maybe 3 per. But just for the sake of gameplay, it's, you know, broken down into there's only 6.
So I'm more like over here. Moving up. There we go. Now I can see him. So do we just like walk on up until we notice them and
You tell me.
Alright.
I'll say that you notice them before they notice you.
Well, look at that.
So Hector holds out an arm.
Do they
Stick a
notice
rock
He
through it.
Artemis?
he starts to count. How many are there?
So there will be 19 in total.
Child's play. He mumbles.
Hold on a second. It looks like he's talking to them. Maybe they can tell us something.
I
Yeah,
do
hold
not
on.
commune with demons.
Whoa,
He
no,
reminds them.
Hector. I understand, but keep in mind, okay? You're bad at mathematics. You know, there could be more than 95 there.
That's true.
You should
That's
take
true.
a moment to
That's
consider, you know.
You said that
There-
yourself
there-
earlier.
2, 3,
No.
4.
Hector, slow down. There
5.
are definitely more there than you have fingers. So, you know, maybe you should really think about this.
Yeah.
1, 2.
I'll
3.
interject as you are
12.
doing that.
Just like
While you're
12.
talking, the large beastman, like, his ears twitch, and sort of like looks over in the general direction of where the talking will be coming from. Like, we are no longer alone. Go and deal with your kind, and I will deal with mine. He gestures up, like in a northeast direction. It's like, head that way, you will find the camp. When you begin your attack, we will aid you. And
Okay, really quick, May. I thought I was gonna die. I was ready to die. I was ready. I was already like, all right, what's the new character gonna be? Maybe a mage. Like, I was already re-rolling. This is not.
Sorry, you shit show. You're not dead yet.
Yeah, you were like, you will deal with the consequences of your actions. It's like, oh my god, he's gonna kill me.
So as Hector's
Okay,
counting,
sorry.
he's like 1, 2, 3, and I'm like 12, and he's like 13, 14, 47, 48, 49.
Artemis does give a nod to the man, and he goes, "We'll meet again," and turns around, and I'm assuming he would notice it was his friend.
Wait, who's his friend? Wait, what?
Like everybody else behind him. He kind of said like, "We'll meet again" to the goat man, like, you know, like, I got you, don't worry.
He like sort of nods and does like goatee sort of grin and a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And takes off into the woods along with the others. They all go and start to make themselves scarce. The larger one lets, like, it gets a little further away before letting out a really loud, deep, bellowing roar that sort of like transitions from a roar into some sort of chanting language and then like fades away while the woods sort of echo that sort of same chant back. It starts to just get quieter and further away.
He notices his friends at first.
Who, Artemis?
Yeah.
If you want to.
I mean, could he see them? Because otherwise he's gonna walk up with his crossbows and just get ready to shoot him. If he knows it's his friends, he's not gonna do that, but...
I'll say
Wow.
you may not make them out at first, but it won't be long before you realize who they
I
are.
was saying, would he recognize his son?
I know.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so he notices it's them, painting in hand.
It's a
Victorious.
dude in armor, 2 red chicks with horns, and his son.
Yeah, so he kind of strolls on back and he goes, well, I think I saved the town.
By conspiring with demons.
And Artemis... Oh, okay, I'll let you go, bro.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, okay, Hector, just slow down. You know, just keep in mind, Malchus should be the one to get the first hit.
And both of his hands just sort of go to grab both of his swords, and he repeats, "By conspiring with demons."
And he shakes his head and he goes, no, they're not demons. They're like those two. And he points to.
Oh my God, Hector! Look behind us! I think they're trying to ambush us.
What? and he goes to take a different position. And he sort of walks to leave you guys to discuss.
Hector just like Charlie's in the trees.
Just starts tactical rolling along around the ground.
Jesus Christ.
You
Rocks
just
and
like
sticks
Dark
sticking
Dark
to him.
Souls heavy roll.
Dark Souls fat rolling, yeah.
Fat roll, yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
So, what you doing out here with the
And Artemis-
man murderer?
Artemis shakes his head and he goes, no, they weren't murderers. They kidnapped the big one's son. And
He definitely murdered someone when you left the town.
Artemis nodded and he goes, yeah, well, they were gonna kill him.
No, they were going to kill you. I don't say because I don't know, but
Artemis shakes his head and he goes, no, you see, this painting, and he holds it up and he goes, was given to them as a friendship gift, and they didn't like that.
Perception.
I have my doubts. I
You want me to roll? Do you want me to roll a perception?
No, I'm rolling perception. I guess roll against deception.
Oh, okay, deception. My bad.
think it's.
Oh, I'm very
Oh my God.
deceptive. Oh.
technically, that's a 20 and a 20.
Oh
So
yeah,
you
because you don't critically hit skill checks.
Yeah. So, Father, what do you want to do? You just want to be like, You can call me out. You can call me out.
Still don't believe you. I can't ever believe anything you say.
Artemis shakes his head and throws the painting over to his son, and he goes,
Yeah, you're right. All right, so
He just lets it hit him in the chest and fall down into the mud. It's just like, why did you even take it?
Artemis just laughs and shakes his head. I don't know. And so, he looks between the group and he goes,
the Go people wanna live like you two, and he said that the people in the town are being controlled, and it's
northeast, right, May?
Yep.
And he points northeast and he goes,
he said the control is coming from that way, and the bishop's in on it.
Okay, so look, Malky, what do you think? Is he lying? Is he telling the what? I don't know. Like do we?
I did spend some time talking to the village